set from what we're selecting here. But anyway, yeah, probably just standard difficulty, intended challenge level. I mean, I like to think that we're some level of gamer, maybe not pro gamer, but hopefully not amateur either. Enter name, and I have it be my full name, my full biblical name as given on my social security card. Select. Enter. And again, I never played this game. I've also avoided seeing much content of the game, so I would ask to avoid story spoilers. I always knew this was one I would want to get to eventually. I've played games that were obviously inspired by this game. So we might find ourselves in a situation where... Oh god, that's loud. We might find ourselves in a situation where we go, oh shit, this reminds me of this other game. But this one came out like 9 years ago, I think. 10 years or so ago. It is pretty loud, yeah. Of course, sometimes... in games like this, the sound effect volume, or I'm sorry, the cutscene volume is not affected by the settings. Oh my. It's loud on my end. I know it's loud for you guys if it's loud for me. Whatever this is, holy shit. It's starting off very strong. Boogie. What's up, Rossi? Rossi's going, man, my fucking butthole is vibrating. It must be a Super Hobbit stream. Appreciate you popping in, buddy. Enjoying the animation, and I am really enjoying the music despite the loud. Just like Jesse said, yeah, really good soundtrack. All very mysterious. Okay, so now turn things down even more. There's no master volume, so we'll just do one of those, just 2 and 2. See how that goes. Oh, I'm bleeding or something. Like, okay, no, there we go. So I can swing. I don't have a gun, so I can't shoot. I also cannot walk onto the fire to burninate myself. I also cannot fling myself off the edge. Probably for the best. See, so if I press E, I think E is the use button. My little glowy fella starts to like animate or emote with something. So he can't just go to investigate any old thing. I think maybe you could tell me something about the world, or my surroundings. Hold E to take items. Oh, I took an item, and then it's a tab. Okay, maybe there was a thing to look at our inventory. Hold Q to heal. Okay. Got a healing salve. Hearing salve. Healing salve. It's like I can just crunch on the chips to power through the loud volume. Interact. Elevator. I try to not burninate myself. It's always a measure of how interactive is a game, or what are the guardrails of a game. If you jump onto a torch, or jump onto a torch, or jump onto a campfire and see if you're allowed to burn yourself. Like, do you take burn damage by walking over a campfire? Some games do, some games don't. That's always an interesting measure. And make the jump. Oh, you can. Oh, okay, you can dash over gaps. Good to know. Get that guy. Another healing pack, so we don't need those for now. Destructible boxes. Here's a skeleton fella. Here's a presumed bad guy. Ouch. I mean, he's a living creature. Of course, we're gonna kill him with zero hesitation. Hold E to pick it up. Are you a friend? No, you are a... Oh, a thing I break to cause a bridge to pop up. To ping the HUD? Ah, okay. So that's... Yeah, so if I want to check how much health I have, that kind of thing. Interesting how it's not available by default, necessarily. And ping the HUD. Ping the HUD. That's very, very distant relative to Attila the Hun. Space. Whomst is this fella? Take items. What did I take? I got gun! Ultimate superpower. There we go. So I don't know if I have limited ammo. Maybe I should be a little bit more careful about my ammo usage. Might be a finite amount. Let's shoot. Might be the kind of thing where we have infinite ammo, but it takes a while to reload or replenish. Oh, slash stuff to charge the guns. Okay. So if I needed to, I could just beat a bunch of shit. Can I break this? I was thinking maybe I could like charge the shot, but it does seem like there's limited ammo. By the way, Galsa did find something very good. He says, Alex, this is an important video. An important video. That's how you know it's going to be good. Still a little loud. One tick. We're doing the one tick. Which is to say, this is the game's way of saying, I can't do anything less. I know what you mean, though. I'm seeing on the waveform, it is still kind of higher than I would rather it be. We went AFK and now our person's just kind of chilling. It's kind of nice. Well, I hate to interrupt you, person. Nameless protagonist, but we gotta get gaming. Get going and get gaming. Ouch. So of course I have my own little dash move. I don't know if there's a maximum amount of dashing. I don't see like a stamina bar. It dashes kind of vaguely in the direction of where your mouse is pointed, but not always. It's not always, you know, quite lining up, but it doesn't have to, and nor should it necessarily. Nor should it. How many heals do I have? I have 3 heals. You know how it is, man. Like, you see a thing like this, it's like, ooh, is there a secret? No secrets. No secrets for me. We got Aaron with the Game & Browse Redemption. Does it bust out the classic? Aaron, you just missed a very important video. So if you would like to see it, there it is. It was a very important video. I feel very cultured. Thank you to Ogals for pointing it out to me. And I'm irrevocably changed forever. I'm a changed man. Are you an improved man? I'm changed. I'm improved. Who's this fella? Are you a boss? I'm gonna have to fight when I come back here. Are you gonna jump back to life and I'm gonna have to spank you into submission? We have lights going this way. We have maybe. Wow! I took a hit. I was thinking maybe there was like something up there. I see the lights. So there's something up there. Maybe I'm gonna press a button and this guy's gonna jump to life. Well, these are some hyper lights, and I am one who drifts. One who Tokyo drifts. Hold the button. Beep boop. Oh, bridge. Bomberman instead of Ape Escape? They're getting Bomberman instead of Ape Escape. Do you mean like for the helmets? Because I do seem to recall there was some kind of goofy cosmetic thing you could get in Snake Eater that was Ape Escape flavored. Now I'll confess I never did play Ape Escape. I'm pretty sure that it's Konami though, which would explain it. And of course Bomberman was not invented by Konami, but they're the ones that have the license right now. Confession time, I've only ever played the first Metal Gear Solid game. I've only played the original. So I haven't played Snake Eater. I haven't played the second one, haven't played the third one. I'm a squishy, still moist, fresh little baby when it comes to the Metal Gear Solid series. I'm such a small, innocent little child who has not experienced what that series has to offer. Yet. Not yet, at least. Also, we're in paradise right now, apparently. This place is great. I mean, maybe not so much all the rusted over machinery, but this is very nice. Seems like a nice view of something pleasant. Slightly resembles the cliff we started near when our character awoke from our dream. He eats snakes. I do like the music. I do like the song. And actually, in all fairness, here's the thing: you can't spoil anything with Metal Gear Solid because I've only played the first one. But this is gonna sound very strange. It's gonna sound very strange. But my friends have played the first three, and I've seen the full all the content for all three games. This might sound kind of strange. Although, I guess it's not that strange, because other people did this when they were kids, and I've heard people have said that they've done this as well. But my friends and I would, and Ryan can attest this, Ryan was one of the friends in this group. We would all, hang out and just play single-player games. Sometimes we would take turns, hand the controller off whenever we die. Sometimes one person would play, we would just vibe while one person's playing games. And, yeah, so I've seen all of Metal Gear Solid. Well, obviously one, because I've played all of one, but I've seen all of two, and I've seen all of three. So I don't remember, the solutions to the puzzles, and I don't remember the certain bosses. I don't remember everything, but all the story stuff I do remember. So I do remember a bunch of significant spoilers. So if somebody were to try to spoil something, pretty sure I would be immune. So yeah, Ryan knows exactly what I'm getting at. And of course, I've told the story where that's how I first experienced Resident Evil 4. Was us doing kind of round robin, taking turns whenever we died, playing through Resident Evil 4. Obviously, it's a single player game, but taking turns, playing in a sort of taking turns multiplayer kind of thing. It was fun. So yeah, I realize that's weird. To some people, that's weird, but to others, that's oh yeah, my friends did that too. And some of us will acknowledge, yes, that's a kind of a non-standard thing. Obviously, that's not something that everybody did. It's something that we did. Turn the lights off. I wonder who that nice person is that rescued us. He has a bunch of computers. Has some breakable boxes. I have a map. That's awfully nice. It also makes no sense. You're not wrong. You're not wrong, yeah. Yeah, the plot is kind of bazonkers. Jesse says, give me that liquid mongoose. Is an extra game mode. Oh, okay, that does sound familiar. Farsight, gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, Ogasa knows what I'm talking about. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, Farsight did as well. Yeah, so it was non-standard, at least in some ways, but plenty of other people did something at least kind of similar. So we're all a bunch of weirdos. Actually, hold on. Let's say, see? Oh, I can switch to my person. There's my person. So I got 3 heals. Maybe we have room for 2 more. Maybe. Some kind of thingamajig here. This game has done an interesting job so far of telling a story and describing things to us without having to do too much text on the screen. You know, there have been some tutorial things, obviously. Hold E to interact with objects, that kind of thing. But yeah, not too much, at least, of being like, oh, here's a bunch of reading. Here's a bunch of prose. Let's see if there's any other things. So yeah, so my little fellow will pop up like this whenever there's some kind of interaction. I'll turn the lights back on. Well, it's nice of the person to tuck us in and take pity on us. So this is some kind of diagram, which is a little bit reminiscent of some of the stuff we saw in the prologue. That diagram of those four, what I'm assuming are like bosses or something. Or things we have to defeat, maybe. Thanks for having a bunch of big breakable boxes in your abode, my dude. My guy. Mind if I just break a bunch of it and then leave and say nothing? Refuses to elaborate, leaves. Bunch of friends at N64, so you have the PS1. There you go. There you go. Irossi knows what's up. Us older kids. Us older ones. Oh, yeah, so we're not going to use our weapon right now. We're amongst... We're in public. We, I think, have established a waypoint for fast travel. That's convenient. Same, Ogasa, same. Yeah, okay, so we can warp there anytime we want. It's pretty neat. Pretty cool. So, right, we're in town right now, so no weapons, no shooting, no swording. If we're in someone's house, then we'll break a bunch of shit, but not out in public, bro. Come on. Or I guess we're out in public. There's no other people around, but there's a bird. Oh, here we go. That matches the diagram then. Yeah. No, I've done the same thing, Farsight. There's a doggy. Now, we saw some kind of doggy. Some kind of critter that had like some kind of... It was not like a cone, but there was some kind of light protruding around its neck. Oh my gosh. It's not how I would expect a skeleton to sound, and I cannot destroy him. He sounds like the dog of wisdom. That's some good wisdom. So I can't really understand the language. You know I can't speak Spanish. Am I allowed to leave? Or will you stop me? It does not stop me. Okay, but now we're in the wilderness. So should I keep exploring? I mean, we know that way leads to this place. So if there's a perceived order that I must follow, or maybe it can be done in any order. If it's one of those games where it's like, if it's like Mega Man, where there's sort of a perceived order, but you can technically go any way you want. Okay, I can't go that way. Actually, my question might about to be answered for me. If I'm limited in where I can, like how far I can go. There's a gun store. So this takes place in the south. No, I probably don't have any of the monies. You're probably gonna like ask like, hey bro, what currency do you have? And it's like, I have some scraps of some boxes that I've broken. So there's a gun. Yep. So you probably need something. So I got nothing, but there's that. Yep. Oh, look at big gun. Big gun. There's like kind of looks like the NES Zapper, that red one. Come here. Okay. So we'll come back here once we've done some stuff and maybe, yeah, have some kind of collectible currency thing, maybe. The guards, I guess, they're keeping like bad things out, but people are allowed to go as they please. Hello, fella. Is that a penguin? It's a little penguin fella. It's a penguin with a big old head of hair. Some kind. Oh, that's the special power. And I want it, but I can't have it because again, I don't have any monies. Good to know. Or maybe it's not ready yet. Who knows? Whatever reason we don't have it yet. We gotta earn that shit. Work. Doggy is like kind of leading me this way. Oh, maybe this is like indication of maybe that's the first direction to go. But first, whomst is this fine fellow? So my guy has a similar little glyph that appears above his head, but no discernible reaction. Doggy. Ooh, there's people up there too. This is it has little medical icons. This is probably to like buy health upgrades, probably max health. Yep. So nothing right now. The doggy's still there, and he goes that same path, so that's clearly significant in some way. So okay, now isn't that one of the NPCs we just saw? It's telling a story. Now he's the guy that we saw earlier. He saved us too, or at least like found us and brought us back to safety. I don't know if he saved, like, prevented us from getting killed by any bad guys, but he at least found us and didn't fucking murdicate us. It's pretty cool. Sword upgrade. Or sword station, I guess. Yep. I see like the little training areas, the little training dummies, that kind of thing. So I guess here, once you get upgrades, you'll be able to like test it out. For now, stick with the basics. I love that he's smoking a cigar through his visor, through his ventilator thing. Very cool. We can exit to the north if we so choose. So I'm going to trust my gut here. Let's say if the doggy beckons, I shall follow the puppers. I mean, partly because it's a doggy, also because in the intro cutscene that there was like this dog that was guiding us more or less through some kind of darkness. The doggy is maybe to be trusted. Maybe the doggy will bring us to horrible ruin. Who knows? At least not explode on death like I was thinking they might. Skeleton. Big man. Are you nice? Or at least harmless? Alrighty, Rudy. Can I exit from the back? Can I come in from the backside? Hitting it from behind. What's up, Justin? I cannot. Oh, actually, I can squeeze through. There we go. So actually, did that heal me? I think it might have just healed me to full. So I think 3 might be the maximum number of heals I can carry. So I do have a gun. Have gun will shoot. Oh, I was thinking maybe that would like activate a bridge. No, it just explodes. Can I go underneath? Oh, oh, you can see the shadow. There it is. I want to get whatever's down there. Oh, I fell down. Who didn't see that coming? There's something there. I don't know if it's like anything super cool, but it's kind of cool. We might be already approaching the limit of where I can go here. I know you can dash over gaps. Actually, let me answer my own question. Whoop! Oh, not quite. So I don't think I can quite make it. Oh, I made it because I'm a gamer. And I got yellow. 1/4 of something. Okay, so that's probably like an upgrade point or something. Uh-oh. I might be in trouble. I think I wasn't supposed to make that jump in the first place. Shit. Your boy might be in trouble. I might be in gamer jail. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I think maybe I wasn't supposed to do that in the first place. That's fine. So, unless there's something else, we do have a map. Yeah, so this might be as far as we go for now. Anything else that I missed, or was there a jumpable spot that I didn't consider? Oh, here we go, here we go. There we go. Here's we saw the explodable thing, and I exploded it. There we go. So I gotta remember, got the dashies. There we go, there we go. Cooking bacon in an oven? Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. It is so much better than like any sort of sad microwave thing where you put it on like a little paper towel, or like, you know, any of the other perceived strats. It's just not, it's not the same. It's just not the same. Yeah, aren't you proud of me? I didn't just smack that with my sword and explode my own butthole. I was a good boy that time. Assume that falling in the water gives me a similar fate. Wonder if breaking those skeletons make the skeletal fella sad. How do I make the skeletal fella sad? I want to make him a happy skeleton. I want to give him a happy boner, not a sad boner. That sounds amazing, Farsight. Yeah, I'm with you. That's right. You can still get the bacon fat for future cooking situations. And honestly, I'm a fan of, like, you know, leftover bacon. You know, whatever bacon that you've cooked all the way through, whatever's left over, pop that bad boy in the oven, or if you have a toaster oven or a convection oven, pop that bad boy in some kind of, you know, honest to goodness heating apparatus, which is to say not a microwave, for like a minute or two, and you got some crispy ass bacon to put on a sandwich. Delicious. Delicious. So yeah, big fan. This, of course, this conversation makes me wish, or makes me miss rather, having my breakfast sandwiches that I would make myself in the morning, most mornings. Because again, our kitchen is having some work done right now, so we don't really have a functioning kitchen right now, which means no oven, no nothing. So I'm having waffles for breakfast like a fucking chump. It makes me very sad. But soon the kitchen stuff will be done, and that'll be a relief. It'll all be worth it. Can't help but notice the blue. Oh, are they kitty cats? Or some kind of animal? I see the blue faces. I just thought they were blue peoples. Can cook other stuff simultaneously. That's some good shit right there. Multitasking. That is what's up. What's this guy's story? Are you a friend? Let's kill. I couldn't talk to him, so the only other option was kill. Yeah, real game changer for sure. No question. Are you a friend? Probably. He says, yes, there's this creature that has like mushrooms going off him or something. He's out this way. I appreciate the Link to the Path-esque kind of map that we got going on here. That's maybe a little bit what's the word? Limiting. That might be a little bit reductive to say that it is Link to the Path, Link to the Past-esque, Link to the Past inspired, but that's what my brain does. I see that and I think Link to the Past. Not every kind of 2D tiered map like that is Link to the Path inspired, but that's what my brain does. That's what my brain thinks. A rare moment of brain thinking. I'm gonna guess you guys are probably not friends. You're friends with each other, but not me. Oh, knocked him off the edge. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, we're bringing these robot corpses together. Either robot corpses, maybe skeletons, some kind of... Oh god, okay, never mind. They're probably not robot corpses. I see the mountain heads on pikes. Vlad the Impaler style. Ryan thought the same thing. There we go. Yeah. Ryan's one of my Zelda bros. I knew he got me. He got me. If no one else got my strange Zelda references, I know Ryan got me. Now I know this game's soundtrack has been lauded by many. I find the soundtrack very effective. I don't know if I would like listen to it on its own necessarily. I think as an accompaniment for the gameplay and for the vibe, it's very cool. I like it a lot. but I wouldn't necessarily be like, yeah, I'm gonna like pop this in and like fucking vibe to it, you know, like listen to that drone, that ambient. But I do like it. I do like it for what it does. Also, this is very striking. Big statue coming up. Big statue enthusiasts, you're about to be eating real good, baby. Real good. Oh, never mind. We're going into an enclosure. My guy, like, immediately jumps forward. What's this? Lights up. I can break stuff. You didn't see I can break things. Talk about a game changer. Oh, okay. You probably press that button to, like, bring the platform back to you if you were to somehow arrive without it being present. Interesting how your little fella will instantly fly to whatever thing could be interactable. That's really nice. So you don't have to worry about the whole yellow gamer paint phenomenon or just not noticing an interactable thing. I'm sure secrets will be hard to see. But when you go for little downtime, he's like, your robot friend's like, all right, I'll chill with you as well. Very nice. You gotta have time to snuggle with your robot friend. If you're not snuggling with your robot friend on the regular, are you even living? Okay, well, he's probably not living. He's, I think, well, actually, is that a floating corpse? Maybe it's not. It's either a floating corpse or an oddly shaped fish thing, but my brain says floating corpse. Speaking of corpse. Okay, I thought it was gonna explode. Oh, my guy's getting sicky. Puking up the pixely violent purple blood. What does it all mean? I mean, that introduction was very mysterious and definitely pointed to some kind of like prior exposure that the protagonist has had to whatever those forces were. Mysteries abound. All right, I'm not just gonna assume violence, but I'm gonna prepare for violence. Also, that did, of course, recharge my gun. Breaking things and hurting things helps make my gun good. Okay. Going up. Here. We're gonna see that really cool statue up close, or from a different angle, maybe. I'm glad I checked this. That's another upgrade point, I assume. It's like a heart piece. Okay, so it is just the hand stabbing, unless there's maybe a second one. Can I walk on it? Ah, it's too far away. I have to remind myself that the dash goes in the direction my mouse is pointing, not the direction that, like, I'm walking. I assume it's probably a setting you can change, but I think where the mouse is pointing makes more sense. There's another warp point. So if I wanted to fast travel back to town, that's pretty convenient. I'm liking this a lot so far. It's a very cool little game. I very much understand why people are liking it so much. Or liked it so much when it first came out. The fellow that we saw is that way. Which is to say, northeast. So I'm always a fan of going the wrong way for... Okay, well, I can't go that way, obviously. I'm generally a fan of going the wrong way first. I'm going to see... Yeah, so I think I know where this is going. I think this will be a direction that says, womp womp, can't go further. But I like going the wrong way for as long as I can until the game says nah. Let's go here until the game says nah. Because there might be other secret things and other upgrades. And other strange little octopus tentacle things to kill. Uh-oh. Every time my person starts doing that, I think to myself, like, oh shit, am I doing something wrong? It seems like it's a scripted thing. I don't think it's like a time-based thing where you're gonna game over if you take too long. I can't help but notice the corpses crushed underneath this thing. It makes me wonder if this thing's gonna come to life. I'll have to fight it at some point. Nothing up top. I can see something being hidden back here. I do appreciate the very light outline. I could see this being... This is one of those things where it's like, would they hide something that out of sight? Like some kind of path that out of sight in a game like this? I think the answer is probably not. Yeah, I think the answer is probably not. I think we're in the clear. So I can go south, and I don't think there's anything up north. Yeah, a whole bunch of nothing. This goes down. This might be the other part of that little industrial area we saw earlier with the fellas carrying the giant containers of something. Which might mean I'm not supposed to be here. I might be breaking some video game laws. They might throw me in gamer jail again, but let them try. Oh god. Jumpy boys. Oh, they explode. Oh, damn. We might have found like a tier above maybe where we should be. We've never fought things quite that scary before. Yep. Almost exploded my own ass on that one. So I didn't use the health pack, but yeah, if you pick up a health pack... Yeah, if you pick up a health pack and you're already full, your guy will automatically use it. So in that case, I probably shouldn't pick up extra health packs that I find. Over that guy. Break that. Anything else of note? So I was saying earlier how, yeah, I'm going like, you know, maybe the way I shouldn't be going. And now we're seeing things that maybe we shouldn't be seeing yet. Mini-boss? And a mini-boss-esque. Does he explode? He does create some little babies. He has another friend. Ouch. Kill him. Yeah, 3-hit combo. There we go. 3-hit combo is pretty good. One snag this one. Bloop. It's not quite mini boss, but an elevated combo or elevated encounter compared to what we've seen earlier. Oh, okay. So we can go that way. And go that way as well, presumably. Let's do one at a time before I get too ahead of myself or behind myself. Just the correct amount of inside of myself. So that one, we need an actual button for that one. Take the north path. I see the little autosave, which I assume that's what that is. I assume it means for autosaving. Also, yeah, the door is closed behind me, although I think I'd probably be able to reopen it from this side. Okay. So maybe these guys are being subjugated by the big fellas with guns. I was secretly hoping that guy would walk up and get fucking exploded by that shit. Got another upgrade thingy. That's nice. Can I be stealthy? Wouldn't expect a stealth part for this game. Oh, that guy kind of sees me. He's not unfortunately shooting his bro as much as I wish that he would. Like I said, what? Okay, never mind. They're not like being enslaved. They are willingly joining these guys and they're dicks. And not the good kind. Ouch. I'm guessing when these guys explode, they would probably hurt the bad guys too. Not just me. Get your ass in the water. Killed his ass off the edge. All right. So we could go in the middle. Oh, no, never mind. Do not go in the middle. If I wanted to, I could be like fancy and go. We probably could have been like, and just jumped past the boxes there if we wanted to be fancy, fancy schmancy. Excuse me. Up to 3 heals. Okay. That'll lower that guy. Beautiful. What does Malf do? Oh. It is some other kind of upgrade point. So maybe you use those to say... Oh, it's a part of this. So that's part of maybe an actual, like, quest progress kind of thing. Not an upgrade thing, but a thing we legitimately want to find. Interesting. Zoop. Oh, can't quite make it. Yep. I was thinking maybe I could be fancy. Zoop. Zoop. There we go. So you could be, like, really fancy if you wanted to, but 4 points for style at that point. Let's try the bottom path then. Oh, some of the bad guys are back. Ouch. Ouch. Oh, I went for the heal. It's too late. I was like mid-animation. We do autosave. The autosaves are pretty generous, which is good. Pretty forgiving. Got the full heals back, yeah. That's actually kind of nice that you're not just like, oh, sorry, the last autosave was 20 minutes ago, get fucked. See how I tried to be fancy there and I got fucked? Alright. Yeah, it seems like 3-hit combo is usually pretty reliable, although I tried the 3-hit combo earlier and I kind of got shit on a little bit there. And not the good kind of getting shit on. The kind that I did to pay the bills back in the day, back in my college years. I keep forgetting that the dash will go in the direction that my mouse is looking, not the way that my dude is facing. We got Chuck in the house. What's up, Chuck? Did you ever play this back in the day? Because this is my first time checking it out, and I'm really, really enjoying it. It's very cool. So that is open now. I'm actually gonna save that last med kit, and I'm gonna check out that south path. Boop. Whole new area. Whole new area. I hate to say this because this is so fucking stupid. That's not true. I say stupid shit all the goddamn time. But I see this area. I see this scenario. Not the scenario, but this aesthetic. And I think, damn, this would be very fitting for Caves of Qud. I think I've become Caves of Qud brained. I've played the game so many times. Shit's poisoned my brain, dude. Sees anything mysterious and, like, clearly of a foreign land and goes, it's just like that one part in Caves of Qud where everything's cool and mysterious. Alex, there's other video games where, like, you don't know the language and you're a stranger in a strange land. Not every game has to be like that one, Alex. It's like when you play a game that it has some kind of open world aspect of it and you go, it's just like Breath of the Wild. It's like, Alex, there's other open world games out there, dudes. What the heck? See, there's an upgrade thingy. I'm gonna get it. Yeah, we got that shit. Oh, we completed a thing. Nice. Which means we have some monies for some upgrades. Purchased 10 mystery games from Limited Run, and it was 10 copies of this, like, yeah, physical copies. This game is very cool. I don't know if I would want 10 physical copies of it, but it is a cool little game. I am really digging it. But 10 physical copies would be maybe a bit much, so yeah, I don't blame you for having some maybe less than positive associations. I like Limited Run games. I like the fact that I know, well, for one thing, they've published a number of games. They published that Zelda CDI-inspired game that we played last year. Arzetta, the Jewel of Faramore, or whatever it was called. Really love that game, and I think that was published by Limited Run. And that was to say, even like the soft copies, like the digital copies, they were produced or published by that company rather. And of course, they obviously handled the physical copies, obviously, because that's like what Limited Run's whole deal started as, was being a company that was like, hey, you like that one game? Would you like a very limited run, if you will, excuse the term, a limited physical run of this game? Can we do this thing? We can maybe do it. Huh. So that was, that's been their specialty for a long time. Yowza! But I like that they've gotten into game publishing as well, because Arzetta was very good. If I'm remembering and or pronouncing the right name. Yeah. There we go. So after all that, we get here, and there's definitely something going on here. Found a healing point, apparently. I can't help but notice the charred and scarred remains of some kind of skeletal fella. There's an upgrade thing over there, I think, so the struggle was worth it, I think. Or rather, it will be worth it. It will be worth it in due time. I'm glad my little guy pointed out that there was a thing here, because I would have definitely not caught it otherwise. Oh, this is going to be a whole fucking thing, isn't it? I'm going to have to get really good with the timing of things. Let's go and open this, because I definitely am going to shit loudly and proudly. The nice thing, though, is this shortcut is open. We have a health station here. We got iSonic. What's up, iSonic? Happy New Year to you as well, buddy. And happy almost Valentine's Day. To those who celebrate, happy almost Valentine's Day. Hope everyone is having a nice Turds Day. Ouch. Okay, well, off to a good start. I was thinking, like, okay, do you just go... Yeah. I was like, do you just go fast? There's probably an upgrade I just don't have to get this one. Because the thing with this one is that, like, this is as fast as I can dash, and there's a cooldown after 3. So I can try this. Clearly you can't skip columns. I was trying to, like, skip down. So if you just damage boost and just go as fast as you can, yeah, you can't do it. There's an upgrade here we don't have that I will have to get. Now, is this one of those games where I can leave notes for myself? It's kind of cool. You can traverse different levels. The answer is not. I don't think I can leave notes. Like right-clicking, which is fine. Not every game has to have that as a functionality, but that is the thing I really do enjoy. Games and you can, like, leave notes on the map for yourself. That's fine. That's fine. And again, the autosaves are very generous. I don't have to go back and re-pick up the healing, because we have healing right there too. Take the elevator. Glad we at least got a quest progress nugget. A little quest nugget. Ooh, is this gonna be something scary? It might be something scary. Just these fellers. It's a big man. 3-hit combo. Blah, blah. What's this? Oh, more friends. Are you a friend? Ouch. I have to remember that when they first spawn, oh god, there's a lot of shit happening. Oh, heal. Ooh, yeah, that's what got me last time. Ooh, I got killed. That's what got me last time. Stopping for the heal. I need to try to space that out a little bit better. But again, at least I don't lose a ton of progress. It just spawn in the same room, so it's all Gucci. And I might be slightly under-leveled for this area. I don't know if I was supposed to come here first. It kind of implies slightly that that you're supposed to go the other way. First, I have my gun. And using the gun against the ranged fellas seems wise at a time like this. Ouch. These things... Oh, I thought they were turrets. Or just the fellas. Just the shooty boys. So the upgrade nugget. I'll take that. And when they first spawn, they're more likely to get a little bit antsy. Antsy in the pantsy. Oh, that was cool. A little victory animation there. Alright, so whenever we see a panel like this, that means bad guys can warp in from those locations. So, downloaded. Information downloaded. We need some kind of red key. Some kind of red key. I'll grab the heals. I did get slapped a little bit there. Another upgrade point. Man, we're just finding these things left and right. Now, the question is, what would I upgrade first? My knee-jerk thought is sword. Sword is the primary thing. I do like the gun. And if I were to upgrade it, I would probably like it even more. But the sword seems like the most obvious thing. Dash would be nice, especially since that would allow us to reach some additional upgrades sooner than later, methinks. So maybe we'll do like one... a little bit at a time. Like, we'll do one sword upgrade, one gun upgrade, then one dash upgrade. Maybe in that order. Just at the rate we're finding things. Lost time, by the way. Again, I see these guys. I'm like, is that a corpse or is that just a fish? I see it's got a tail, but it kind of looks like it's wearing a shirt. It's floating in a way that is maybe unnatural. That little fella? That little fella. Little tadpole fella. Oh, doggy! So are we in happy place? So the guy we are looking for is up here. There was a guy that told us, or they showed us a picture of some creature up there. However, the doggy, the dog-like thing with that kind of diamond-shaped halo around his head, was something in our visions at the start of the game, and we've kind of stumbled upon him here. Whether or not we've done this earlier than we needed to, hard to say, but not what I was expecting. Not what I was expecting, but not complaining. Not complaining one bit. Oops, wrong button. There's this guy. How's it going? You're a statue. Or something. Can't interact with him. There's another fella here. I like the little guys. Little guys. The upgrade point. Almost to our next upgrade. Thingamajig. Heck yes. Heck yes. Alright, so... Against my better judgment. Oh, it's the guy! He's doing great, and he's killing all the bad guys. I think. I think those are bad guys. How's it going, Broseph? Thanks for saving me earlier. And... he... Okay. He's looking for... Oh, are you gonna turn into a villain? When you find the Omni Cube, are you gonna become drunk with power and use it to take over the world? Confronted some kind of giant centipede lad. Okay. Yep. Okay. And presumably he won? Maybe? Dash before the gun. I do like the gun, but yeah, I'm thinking maybe the dash upgrade first. We'll see. Or dash before gun, that is. Well, we'll kind of see how we're feeling. By the way, Justin does have something for us. I guess this is where he hangs out, by the way. All the just disembodied intros of all these other bad guys and presumed other villains. It'd be really awkward if these were just random commoners, just villagers caught up in getting in front of Sword Guy. So, oh, there's something on. Okay, I wasn't sure what popped up on the map. So there's something here, something here. Oh, bunch of boxes. I love breaking some boxes. This feels important. This feels like I'm going towards something important. Let's check a couple other areas. Whoops. Check a couple things, and then we'll get to what Justin's got for us. North path. It's a tree. Oh. Okay, and that provides us with a hologram. I do not know what it is. I do not know, but it is mysterious. This game is very, very interesting. Very compelling. I can't help it. Sometimes in games like this, when you don't really understand what the fuck is happening, it's hard for it to latch on. Like, it's hard to connect with a game when you really can't understand what's happening. But I don't know. It's oddly compelling, and I'm having a good time with it. Do I quite know what's happening? No, but I'm vibing. Oh, it needs more juice, or something. Yeah, it's like either it needs more hits, or it needs a more strong thing to like make it pop. It needs more of a kick to make it pop. And listen, we've all encounter that situation when, you know, the same old doesn't do it for you anymore. You need something a little bit spicy, something a little bit extra to elevate you to the next level. But no, all jokes aside, no, I'm enjoying this, and I'm not having a problem feeling engaged by this world that is very alien and kind of indecipherable, but I don't feel estranged by it. I don't feel like it's alienating. It's very cool. Good to see you, Meerkat. We are playing Hyper Light Drifter for the first time. We've done some progress. We're exploring. We did like kind of the most basic of intro areas. We've found kind of the main, what I think is like the main hub area. And we're doing some exploring in the southern space first. Maybe against the rules. I might be breaking some gamer crimes. I think we're really probably more inclined to go up here. But yeah, we've got... Actually, I guess in all fairness, this whole area, to some degree, is something we'll be exploring. And then there's like 3 other quadrants for us to mess with as we explore. So let's keep going north. Actually, this might just bring us back to where we came from. Did re-enable the audio. Actually, I don't think I ever muted the audio to begin with. So here we go. So this is what we saw earlier. I couldn't actually go into that south path earlier. Now it's open. Now this, we found one of the trinkets. More trinkets yet to come for that door. I know you were talking about beards in the Discord server. Have I ever considered a longer beard? I have, and I've never had like a ZZ top. I've never had something that went down very far. But I've like in college and in some previous years, I've let the beard get a little bit more bushy, a little bit more voluptuous. But here's the thing: I'm married now, so I have to capitulate towards what Gracie is comfortable with, and she likes the beard. She likes the beard. This is probably as much as she wants it, beard wise. To be perfectly honest, she would actually probably prefer it be trimmed up. So I'm probably going to trim it over the next couple days. But yeah, it's like there's a certain limit, a certain beard limit. So I try to be I try to consider. Try to be considerate, because let's be real, at the end of the day, who else do I got to impress? I got no one else I'm trying to impress. So if there's anyone whose opinion I hold the most dear when it comes to the beardy, it's the Gracie. And good beard genetics. Some people are not so fortunate. Some people some folks are not able to grow a satisfying, voluptuous beard. Others can. Others don't want to. You know, some people, some dudes, or just people in general, don't want any sort of facial hair. Others are like, God, I wish I could grow one. So some folks just have the genes to allow it, and they can make it happen. Little slurpy fellas, little gloopy boys. Got the salt and pepper. That's the thing too. I'm turning 36 in a little bit over a month. So if you like look really closely, you really can't see it from the webcam, but if you get up really close in personal, really get inside my bubble, if you catch my drift, really get inside me, ... and my bubble, you will see indications of, like, you know, the early starts of some salt and pepper. Like, not straight on, you know, George Clooney, but like, you know, the beginnings, of salt and pepper. Not a little bit in the beard, a little bit in the hair, not too much, but it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. I know it's coming. So it's only a matter of time before, yeah, the salt and pepper really sets in. I tell myself that I'll look so elegant and sophisticated, like a George Clooney type. The reality is that, like, the male pattern baldness, it's only a matter of time. You know, I can really feel the hair thinning. So, will I be able to pull it off? We'll see. I'm not gonna guarantee anything. So I'm glad I got married beforehand. So now Gracie, she's stuck with me. There's no turning back now, lady. Now you're stuck with my ass. So I can go that way. Oop. This will probably open up a thing there. This will probably open a thing there. Yeah, let's I don't think I can make that dodge. I could definitely do that. Let's do this little secret area. That looks interesting. I'm curious. And be careful with the dashes, because, like, if it's not straight on, my guy will go diagonally, and I will easily diagonal myself right off the cliff. Right, not off the cliff, but into the water, that is. I wonder if I was not supposed to notice that. It was pretty well hidden. 6 years ago, didn't have it. Yeah, it sets in very quickly, as I've been told. Or it can set in quickly for some folks. And, you know, talking about genes, some people have all the luck. I know of dude, or just people in general that, yeah, like, well, in some cases, maybe they had some work done. You know, in some cases, it wasn't just genes. They had some additional assistance when it came to aging elegantly. But some people, seriously, are able to just, yeah, age with no issues, no obvious issues of, like, things discoloring or sagging or wrinkling beyond what you would expect to necessarily. Some people just have all the luck. Some people just have all the luck. Ouch. Other people don't. My eldest brother is a good example of this. Actually, my eldest brother, he's doing pretty well for himself. He's stayed pretty healthy over the years. He takes good care of himself. He's doing pretty well. Get this, my eldest brother just turned 50 a couple days ago. He just turned 50, and which is wild. I mean, it's not a surprise. Generally, I know what number comes after 49. I knew it was coming, but still, that's like a weird thing to imagine. It's like, dude, my oldest brother is 50 years old. Goddamn, he's 14 years my senior. Just turned 50 a couple days ago. And I've told the story before how when he was a senior in high school, before he had graduated, his hair was already like he already had like male pattern baldness, like in the top of his head. He already had like a very visible bald spot showing on his forehead, on the top of his head, when he was in high school. So, you know, when it comes to some dudes, some people have all the luck, some people don't. He's like I said, pretty healthy. He takes good care of himself. He's doing good. But the one area where he was less than blessed was, unfortunately, his hairline. He's doing all right, though. Yeah, I know of people that had something similar. Where, yeah, before they graduated high school, they were already balding. Heal up. Jab myself with syringes. Boom. So that's they're the ones that have like that yellow blood. That sword guy was killing earlier. Alright, so he still got that off, but that's okay. We're all just trying to get off. 18 can grow a beard. I wasn't quite to that point. I couldn't really grow a beard until college. By the time I graduated high school, like there was like some fuzz and some stubble. But no, probably not until like my 20s, because I like grow a more legitimate beard. Even then, it wasn't perfect. Even then, it wasn't great, but it was like still, it was passable. Enough to count. Did I get a key, or does this need a key? I think this needs a key. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I'm full of shit. I figure if I found a key, it would show up in my inventory somewhere. Grandfather totally bald at 25. Yeah, that's how it goes for some folks. Them's the breaks. Them's the breaks. There's another slot here, by the way. That's kind of cool. Yeah, so I don't see anything else. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we did pick up a key. I can't like interact with it again. Maybe we did pick something up. You wouldn't think if there was like an obvious door there. It was pretty well hidden too. It's like easy to miss that. I'll go and grab that because yeah, I used quite a few of those things. Oh, that was the southern path. Sign of the southern path. Speaking of strained references to Black Sabbath, one of the guys that is working on the kitchen renovations that we're having done right now, he's a drummer, and we love talking. It's always fun talking music. He's a really cool dude. His name's Ken, really nice guy, and he's actually one of the guys that worked on The Basement, one of the ones that helped with this project before Grace and I got married. So we're happy that he's helping with this project, just because he's very good and very trustworthy. And it's always fun talking shop. And we were talking music yesterday or a couple days ago, and I'm gonna check that out in a second. But I'll see what else is up here. And yeah, we were talking about the Black Sabbath reunion farewell show. We mean it this time. For real, it's the last show, we promise this time. Because some of us might remember that 4 or 5 years ago, maybe more, Black Sabbath was like, all right, we're doing one last album, one last tour. I can't do any more shoots. I think the album was called The End. Like, it seemed legit. Seems like maybe there's something up there. It seemed legit, but they were like, all right, this is it. We're gonna do one last tour. And I think they put out one last live album. It was the recording of that last show on that tour. It seemed like they were truly done, but now they're saying, all right, we're gonna do one more reunion farewell show. Of course, it'll be in the United Kingdom. We were talking about it, and Ken was like, yeah, I'm thinking about maybe trying to get tickets, man. Might be kind of cool. I was like, I don't know, man. Getting tickets for that show, you know that shit's gonna be crazy expensive. And of course, you know, Ozzy's in rough shape. I mean, none of them are spring chickens, obviously. I'm pretty sure Bill Ward is still unable to drum, so I'm sure they'll probably have the guy that they commissioned for the previous farewell tour. I'm sure they'll bring him back. He did a good job. I think Geezer Butler and Tony Iommi still do pretty all right. Now, granted, I haven't seen them perform in a while, but I think relative for their age, I think they're doing pretty darn good. You know, Ozzy's in rough shape, and I think he was just diagnosed with Parkinson's, I think, which is bad. You know, Parkinson's is a tough one for sure. It's not like a death sentence, obviously, but it is a complication, obviously. Probably why they're, you know, really, really wrapping things up. I know Ozzy's released a number of albums over the past couple, like 4, 5, 6 years, but have been mostly unable to tour for most of it. And I think part of that is because he's been having some health stuff and is aware of his limitations. But we'll see. We'll see how it all shakes out. I mean, I'm sure it'll be a fun time. And let's be real, even if the show is like kind of lame, you know, even if it is like just watching a couple of old men just ambling about on stage, just the spectacle of seeing Black Sabbath perform would be pretty sweet. Now, would it be worth however overpriced the tickets are inevitably going to be, and would it be worth all the money to travel, all that? Like, I don't know about that. That's up to the individual to decide, obviously. Although, let's be real, even if you can afford the tickets, being able to find the tickets, for one thing. I mean, I'm sure they're going to sell out immediately. I'm sure they're going to sell it in less than 60 seconds. And of course, people are going to be scalping that shit, obviously. The scalpers are going to be going nuts, as they often do at times like this. What was it? Was it 3/4 to 1/2? It will get you eventually. It will get you eventually. Well, I mean, that's the thing, though. Usually, I mean, I think this is not always the case, but usually when someone is diagnosed with Parkinson's, it's usually when they're older. Or at least they're more susceptible to it when they're older. I mean, look at Michael J. Fox. Now, I wouldn't call him the picture of perfect health, and of course, he's got that movie star money, so he can afford all kinds of treatments, but still, he's had Parkinson's for, gosh, how many decades has it been? 30 years? I know it was talked about at least in the 90s, because I remember hearing about it as a kid. Maybe more like 20. Maybe it's been more like 20 years, but at least 20, maybe 30 years or more. And he's still kicking, I'm pretty sure, I think. So, but I mean, it's still bad. It's still bad for sure. Mother-in-law's got it. Okay, yeah. It's pretty bad already. And that's a good point too, Caffeine. Like, looking at Michael J. Fox as an example, maybe when we see him in interviews and see him in public appearances, maybe it's, you know, that's him on a good day, whereas the bad days are maybe, you know, not quite so quite so confident looking. Ozzy's like, yeah, Ozzy's at least in his 70s, I think. I think Ozzy's at least in his 70s, probably closer to his 80s. But that's the thing, too. We're talking about Ozzy goddamn Osbourne. He has injected every substance under the sun into every orifice and or ambulatory part of his body that he could reach, and then some. Foot heel, by the way. So we're talking Ozzy goddamn Osbourne. Like, we should just be grateful this man is still alive. All the shit he has done to his body over the years. Bats he has eaten, ants, lines of fire ants he snorted. God. Man has put himself through the goddamn ringer, so just amazing that man is still fucking breathing. Dementia and part. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Justin. That's an awful combo, man. I mean, either one of those on their own is terrible. No question. Wanna come up, Sheena? Sheena Cat wants to come up. Early 90s. I think you're right. Yeah. Come up, Sheena. Is this an unusual case? It was environmental. I didn't realize that environmental factors could cause Parkinson's. Although I guess I don't know much about Parkinson's. I know it's a neurological thing, but that's all I know. I could see it also being genetic. I could see that too. Less than 2 hours away. Yeah. No, I'm with you, Irossi. Listen, I love me some Sabbath. I love me some Sabbath. And I like Ozzy era Sabbath. Gun to my head. When the chips are down, I'm a Dio Sabbath guy through and through. I really like the classic lineup. I like the 90s songs too, with what's his face. Not Ian Gillan. That was okay. The Ian Gillan era of Sabbath was brief and was okay. There was the other guy. It's the other guy that Arctic really likes. I can't remember his name. I think he did a good job. The Ozzy era, of course, is the classic, but I'm such a sucker for Dio era Sabbath. And it's because I really love Dio. I just love Ronnie James Dio. I just really like Dio. So the fact that he was in the band, I just fucking love it. Heaven and Hell, The Mob Rules, 10 out of 10 albums, no question. But yeah, I would it be cool to see Black Sabbath? Of course. But like Irossi said, you know that shit's gonna be crazy expensive. But like Irossi also pointed out, the lineup is gonna be sick. I know there's a bunch of great bands lined up to open for them. So it's gonna be just a great fucking evening of music, no matter how you slice it. So that is good. Yeah, that's right. Ronnie James Dio, the man on the Silver Mountain. High incidence of Parkinson's. Oh, interesting, Caffeine Fiend. I did not know that. So to your point, then, yeah, it's probably something a bit more specific. And also to your point, Michael J. Fox was probably fairly young then when that diagnosis hit him, because he was a movie star in the 80s, obviously, and he got diagnosed in 91. So yeah, diagnosed in 91. So that is a special case, because I imagine if you're diagnosed younger, I imagine you have, more faculties to fight it off. And again, he's got that movie star money. He can afford all the experimental treatments that insurance companies would balk at. When you get that movie star money, it's less of an issue. So that's interesting, though, Caffeine Fiend. I had never heard about that. So that is interesting. Upsetting, but interesting. Yeah, some Dio, dude. I like Ozzy. I like his era of Black Sabbath, his eras with Black Sabbath. I like his solo stuff. And I like Ronnie James Dio's solo stuff, but I fucking love his music that he made with Black Sabbath. I think Ronnie James Dio was a very good solo artist, but yeah, the collaborations he did, and maybe not collaborations, but the time that he spent on 2 blocks of time as being Black Sabbath's singer, and also the Heaven and Hell project. For those who don't know, yeah, of course, he was in Sabbath as their singer. It was not too long after Ozzy left the band. Ozzy quit the band, and they were like, well, damn, we need somebody badass to be our singer for a bit. Oh, not for a bit, but to replace Ozzy. And replacing Ozzy is a tall order, obviously, but they found this guy who's singing in a band named called Rainbow. The singer of Rainbow is looking to go elsewhere. Let's see if we can scoop him up. They brought Ronnie James Dio in for an audition. They fucking loved it. He killed it. Great stage presence, great voice, good performer. They said, hell yeah, baby, let's bring this guy in. And it was good. It was good for a bit. They do a couple albums with them. They do Heaven and Hell, which sold very well and was received really well. Everybody loved it. Everybody loved Dio. He's fucking the coolest. And they do the Mob Rules, which I think I like the Mob Rules a little bit more as an album. Heaven and Hell is a 10 out of 10 album for me. Mob Rules might be a like 11 out of 10. I fucking love that album. I love them both. But yeah, the Mob Rules, that album is just, it fucking rips. So if you find yourself a fan of Dio, Sabbath, or Dio solo, and you've never listened to the Mob Rules, there are some killer tracks in that album. The title track, amazing, but some really good stuff. But what happened though is that there was some kind of disagreement where at some point Bill Ward stopped being able to perform reliably, their drummer. So Dio brought in, or recommended that they have his drummer for his solo group come in, Vinny Appice. It's Appice. He recommended they bring in his solo drummer, the drummer that he had for his solo albums, and everyone's happy about it. But it kind of like created this like Dio and his guy, and then the other two guys. It kind of created this like bit of like a loyalty thing, and there was disagreements about the things about mixing one of their live albums. I think there was like accusations that people were like undercutting someone else to like raise the volume levels of one person's instrument, lowering someone else in the mix, and this and that. There was like, it just like egos were high and things got in the way of like creativity. So after the Mob Rules and that tour, Dio went to separate ways, but they eventually like reconvened. Years later, they got back together again, and Dio rejoined Sabbath, and they did the is it called Time Machine? I can't remember the name of the album. Can't remember. It's the robot guy is holding the guy by the shirt. It's like an android. It's either called Time Machine. Oh, Dehumanizer. That's what it is. It's called Dehumanizer. Really cool album. Really cool fucking album. Not as good as the first two, which is to say not as good as the Mob Rules or Heaven and Hell, but still very cool. And the Time Machine song, I fucking love that song. Holy shit. But after that album came out, they were doing some touring for the album, and it came out that Ozzy wanted Black Sabbath to perform at Ozfest, and they were gonna have Ozzy like join the band for a couple songs. And Dio was like, apparently Dio and Ozzy had some beef for a while. Dio felt that Ozzy was like not very kind towards his old bandmates, so he kind of was like, fuck that guy. He was like, he treated you guys like shit. You shouldn't have to like bend to him. Ouch. And Dio in particular was not a big fan of the idea of Black Sabbath playing at Ozfest, because to him it was like Black Sabbath shouldn't be opening for Ozzy. That's bullshit. So like that disagreement kind of caused him to leave again. But then years later, they all Dio and Tony and Geezer Butler and I think Vinny formed again, but they didn't want to call themselves Black Sabbath. They wanted this to be like a separate thing, so they called themselves Heaven and Hell. And they did they performed as Heaven and Hell a bunch in like the late 2000s. So anyway, so I say all that to say, love me some Dio. Ouch. Yes. Love me some Dio, and I love all those times he did stuff with Tony Iommi and Geezer Butler. I felt like those were his like strongest showings. And I like the solo stuff. I mean, of course, Holy Diver's hilarious and weird and goofy. It's so over the top and silly, and I love it. I think it was El Gaso that told me about Rising by Rainbow, because I'd listened to Rainbow and I liked it, but I didn't love it. I was like, Rainbow's fine. And El Gaso, I think, was the one who was like, bro, check out Rising. I was like, all right. Then I listened to it and I was like, holy shit, these dudes brought the fucking heat for Rising. And I think that was the last album with Rainbow, at least, in which Dio performed, and that album rips. Holy shit, that album is so fucking cool. It's a bummer. I've listened to like other Rainbow songs, so I was like, it's cool, I like it, but yeah, I didn't love it though. I didn't love it, and I was like, I don't know, I feel like that's just kind of so. But I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Ogaso. I think you were the one. You were like, bro, trust me, bro. I'm glad I did. It did not lead me astray. You don't hear drummer solo albums. They're out there, but they are very niche, and you have to seek them out. Porcupine Tree's drummer has done a couple solo projects, and they're sometimes extremely weird. Usually they involve other collaborators, but yeah, like there are drummers that turn band leaders that do their thing, but yeah, you have to seek them out because yeah, they're not going to be commonly known. Of course, some drummers way back in the day started as band leaders. Buddy Rich is cited as being one of the greatest drummers of all time, and his big band arrangements are really cool, really cool, and his work as a band leader and composer is very well lauded. He was apparently a huge fucking prick. Apparently he was like the worst monster to work with, but you play with Buddy Rich, you have to be on the top of your game because he was very demanding and very nasty. Apparently he was a horrible dude to his bandmates, but he was a fucking man. He was really talented. There was 4 or 6 people who developed it from the TV show. Wow, that's scary feat. Yeah, talking about the Michael J. Fox thing, that's scary that so many people, like in a whoops, I clicked outside the window. So many people in a relatively small sample size would get it like that. So that's awful. Dio died. Yes, he did, and that was really sad. That was really sad. It wasn't terribly surprising. Colon cancer is fucking awful. I mean, let's be real, no kind of cancer is good. But I've heard that colon cancer is one of those that's really hard to detect, because the symptoms are hard to narrow down from like other potential gastrointestinal things. That's why we all do colonoscopies, you know, after we get to a certain point, after to a certain age, because colon cancer is so fucking awful. I think the general issue with colon cancer is that by the time you detect it, if you've like detected it and you're like showing symptoms, it's like might be too late. It's like already progressed to the point where it's like really a problem, like really bad. Maybe I could do something with this, but I can't do shit. So yeah, when I'd heard that was what he got, I was like, oh, fuck. Not good news. I mean, like I said, it's never good news, but it was especially not good. Ouch. Ouch. Didn't shit on, and not the way that I enjoy. There we go. Just want the heals. Ouch. Oh god, I'm like running into the bullets. Ouch. And by bullets, I mean shurikens. Oh, there's a guy with the little grenades. Those are a little bit weird to get around. Of course, I can just shoot. Oh, hopefully those projectiles can't get me in the cutscene. This is awkward. Yeet. He still did hit me. What's up, Ace? It was me, Dio. Oh my god, yeah. That's the thing too. The prevalence of Dio memes with JoJo. That's a whole another can of worms right there. Yes, I've heard a couple of songs from Elf. Same kind of thing. It's fun. It's like a fun novelty. What's that one song, Hoochie Coochie Lady? That's a fun one. I'm like, there's one I can like hear it in my head. No, I think that's Hoochie. There's another one. There's like something at the Silver Ball. The honky tonk woman at the something. I can't remember. It's fun. That's it. Thank you, Agasso. Carolina County Ball. It's fun. Do I love it? I like it. Is it my favorite Dio thing? It's probably my least favorite Dio thing, but I don't hate it. My least favorite Dio thing that he has done is still very fun. It's still very fun and very good. So I can't be mad. I can't be mad about Elf. I would say it goes Elf, Rainbow, Solo Dio. Do I like Rainbow? I don't know. Rising is so cool. I would say generally Solo Dio and Rainbow are pretty close. And then Sabbath. Dio, Sabbath way up there. I hate to say it, but I like Solo Dio. I have like several of his solo albums. And the hits are incredible. The hits are great, like the ones we all know. Sacred Heart, Man in the Silver Mountain, which I think was solo and not Sabbath. You know, a lot of those songs are great, but there's a lot of, I hate to say forgettable, but there's a greater percentage of songs on some of his solo albums that I just go, about. Like, there's a noticeable quality difference sometimes. Like, I'll see a song, or I'll look at the track list for one of, like, the Sacred Heart albums, good example, where, like, the songs that are, like, that show up in the greatest hits compilations, like, those are killer. But the deep cuts are, they don't really do it for me. I don't love the deep cuts as much as I sometimes really love the Ozzy deep cuts. So, in a way, I think I might like Ozzy solo more than I like Dio solo material. But again, I love Dio when he's like collaborating more or with other artists. So it's an odd kind of situation I've formed for myself. Rainbow in the Dark is mid. I hate to say it, but I agree with you, Elgaso. In stuff, I don't hate that I agree with you. I hate that it's such a popular song and I don't love it. It's fun in its absurdity, and I think that's why a lot of us know it so well, is because it's so out there and weird, and the synth is so front and center in that center channel. It's got that 80s cheese, which is fun, but I don't know if fun is enough for me. It's like fun to me is like a novelty when it comes to something like a Dio song or like heavy metal. Like, it needs some juice, right? The lyrics are weird. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Rainbow in the Dark. Holy Diver, I like more. Holy Diver, I like more. And that one is still pretty like weird and pretty leaning very heavily into kind of like some of the 80s cheese. But it's not quite as like, oh, this is too much. 'Cause yeah, I very much feel you on Rainbow in the Dark. Am I allowed to jump on those? Is that forbidden? Nope, that is allowed. Wow, that was a strained one. We went way out for that one. And lots of good stuff. My guy's just actively bleeding. I think I can take one more hit before I need to heal. I can take one more hit. Yes, yeah, I'm with you though. Sacred Heart's a good one. Sacred Heart's a good one. Yeah, in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Right, yeah, that's like they did a lot of that kind of thing. They would just straight up name a character in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure after a classic rock character or band or frontman or something like that as just these fun call-outs. Or in some cases, they wouldn't just straight up call them by the exact name, but have it be pretty close. Like the character Speedwagon, I think. What's up, Whale? Yeah. And I think that's part of why there's a whole... I mean, this is like a 10-year-old meme at this point. This meme is fucking ancient by these standards. But the whole joke, the whole meme of being like, oh my fucking god, is that a motherfucking JoJo's reference? It's like, well, yes, everything's a JoJo's reference because there's so many of them. You can't swing a dead cat without hitting a JoJo reference. That's how it works. We're going really far north, by the way. I've kind of bumbled my way into some far out places. Far out places. Far out faces. Far out faces. Every day it's something daily races. Going nowhere, going nowhere. The entire Bible is a JoJo reference. There you go. There you go, confirmed. Can I can't sit on that, can I? Oh, I can sit on the little fella. That's amazing. I was not thinking that was standable. 3 flippity gibbets, ladies and gentlemen. Jesus is canonically the first JoJo. Well, there you go. I do not doubt it. I've seen the first episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and that's as far as I've gotten so far. Anything else beyond there? I mean, I see the overturned boat. Nothing else. Any more of them heals? There's one. know, the breaking stuff replenishes your shoot meter, but it also replenishes my it feels cool to break things meter. Can't make that jump. We would need like good, big, good jump. I'm gonna go out on a limb and suggest that this is maybe dangerous. Yeah, something about this area seems a little bit less than good. And of course, we are not too far from that little area, which we've been encouraged to seek out. Actually, I think we're getting close to the area that first brought us here. Maybe. Maybe. So no, I don't recognize this. My little robotly eyes like, please! Please heal! Oh god. I fell off the edge. I took damage and then I boosted off the edge and died. Well, since you put it that way, I will heal. Yeah. Boost off the edge, refuses to elaborate, dies. Ouch. Ouch. Gotta be careful. Gotta be careful when I'm dashing around based on where the mouse is facing, because it's very easy to put myself into trouble time. I don't know what that does. We've seen those little fellas before. I do not know what their significance is, if any. Kind of looks like a hand. Kind of, sort of. Nothing else up here. But odd to put a bunch of bad guys up there with no obvious end in sight, but maybe it was just to be mysterious. Or maybe just to allow us a way to see the sides. These little siders. Can I shoot little fellas? I think they're just there for show. Can I land on the trees? No, you cannot. Ouch. So I think that's just to, like, give you an opportunity to see what's above before you start committing. Yeah, same kind of thing there. Like, we can, you know, get kind of close to this guy, but can't really do anything with it, so far as I can tell. They'll probably have to come back here later. Drop his ass? Oh god. I did not drop his ass. I'm getting my ass dropped if I'm not careful. This is a lot of dudes, and I do not have the bestest of crowd control. Oh, I got more of these guys. Hoping maybe that would get their asses. There's a lot of them. Woo, buddy. Doing a good job of trying to stay away from me. Oh. Stabs the ground dramatically. I have no more heals. My guy's like, please heal. And I'm like, I can't. I have nothing. I have nothing to stab myself. I would if I could. Left or right or down? Let's go left first. So many upgrades and whatnot, I really need to head back to town so I can spend some of these things. I keep having so much fun exploring. Also, you know, I love to talk Bomberman. You know, I'm a big Bomberman fan. And one other thing that I really appreciate about this area in particular is how much it reminds me of some of the levels in Bomberman 64 specifically. The floating platforms surrounded by water, obvious areas of kind of a state of disrepair. Disrepair, is that the right word? But yeah, in a state of somewhat ruinous state. The color palette, there's a lot of things just kind of about the aesthetic that kind of tickles my brain in a similar way that Bomberman 64 did. Specifically Green Gardens, and a little bit of the Rainbow Palace, the final area in the game. Super Mario turns 64, or sorry, turns 30 Wow, can you believe Super Mario is turning 64 years old today? This year. No, I know what you mean. It's turning 30. Makes sense, man. Makes sense. I mean, thinking about when I would have first played it and how old I was, it's bizarre to think, but I do believe it. Strange as it may be, I do believe it. Probably go there. Oh, there's a thing here. There's water I do not want to fall in. There's a dog. Dog place. Got that dog in. So I got the room there. I can go down. All right, let's check that room first before I get too ahead of myself. I mean, this whole game so far has been an exercise in me getting ahead of myself and going off into the weeds. We're all feeling old, man. Embrace it, man. Beats the alternative, as we say. What I kind of accidentally did was the whole thing where someone says like, wow, I can't believe such and such is turning how many years old this time. And then my response to that is to say like, wow, I can't believe 2012 was 25 years ago. Yeah, I like to hit him with the like just extremely incorrect math. Like, wow, can you believe 2020 was 20 years ago? Wow, that's so long. And then like see who's paying attention. Like someone in the comments being in like a Facebook post or a Twitter post, what have you, someone being like, now wait a goddamn second. Now you shut your whore mouth there, Alex. We're not that old, man. What the hell? Wow, can you believe the Beatles released their debut album 100 years ago? My God. How times have changed. Ouch. The Beatles released Sgt. Pepper 64 years ago. Actually, hold on. Let's think about that. Wait a second. No, I don't think it's been 64 years yet. Not yet. There's the song, When I'm 64. Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64? Yeah. What's considered a retro game? Right. I mean, by many measures, the Nintendo Wii and the Xbox 360 era, that is retro gaming by plenty of measures. By some measures, the Xbox One era of gaming is now considered retro. So, it is a little jarring. It's a little jarring to say like, oh yeah, fucking, what's a good example? What's a good example of like a PS4 game? Or, like, I don't know, Blood, it does feel weird to say Bloodborne's retro game, doesn't it? Doesn't that feel weird? And I feel like that is a stretch, but Dark Souls, at least Dark Souls 1 being a retro game. Now, of course, the remastered edition obviously is newer and much cleaner, but still, the idea, the general notion of it tracks. So it's kind of hard to, sometimes it's weird to measure what is considered retro, what is considered old. Classic. Remastered, reissued, yep. I feel that, man. They can still feel new. Especially if you remember when it first came out. Remaster, yeah, I mean, they did the whole remaster / remake of The Last of Us, which seemed very odd. Like, man, there's a bunch of, like, old games in their back catalog I would love to have revitalized in some way, but yeah. Remaking or remastering a game that's, like, 7 or 8 years old is a little bit strange. The 90s music are classics. I mean, it's getting, you know, we're 30 some odd years removed from some of them, so that's the problem. You know, if in the 80s we were calling music released in the 60s classics and oldies, or at least, you know, older, I suppose, then got bad news. And then I got bad news about music released in the early 2000s. Yeah, Last of Us, exactly. What was life like in the 90s? Wow, can you believe it was 90 years since? Yeah, I just love that shit. Retro is more of a recent... That's a fair point, too. Retro... it can have different definitions, obviously. Yeah, retro versus classic versus vintage versus antique. There's different ways to qualify these things. Need another trinket. Actually, I think we've seen this No, I've not seen that door. Never mind. I'm full of shit. Don't listen to a word I'm saying. I don't know shit. Yeah, there's stuff here that we can't quite interact with yet, although I may not have to. We can just zoom around it. Zoom, zoom, motherfuckers. Ooh, there's a thing down there. Replenishing my supplies after getting my ass fucking slapped in a non-sexual manner. In an unpleasantly non-sexual manner, even. Earlier. Should I attempt this? I mean, I could damage boost through most of it, probably. And I see what it leads to. Or like an indication of what this is going to lead to. It might just be a shortcut. Well... Ooh, I think the answer... Yeah, I think I know exactly what it leads to, and I do not have the health, nor the dash juice to get there. Let's go back to the way we came. There was a few other paths we could explore from this door. And I hope it will not be a snore. Quoth the raven nevermore. Shopify says, remember, Alex, this shit stings. Us old timers, it hurts. It hurts our souls. There's gonna be a remaster of Days Gone. I've heard that was a good one. I never did play it. I'm a little bit surprised they're remastering it, just it's not that old, obviously, but I've heard it was a very good one, though. So we could go south, and yeah, I don't think you can actually skip across there, but go this way. Oh, this was it. Oh, never mind. I thought there was gonna be something cool here. There's nothing cool. You could probably drop down from here down, though. But yeah, shit like this. Shit like that. When I was saying earlier how some of this game or some of this area is reminding me of Bomberman 64. Any Bomberman 64 homies from back in the day, if you're listening in, Green Gardens 3. Green Gardens 3 is what this kind of shit reminds me of right here. The multi-levels, the water coming from and leading to seemingly nowhere. These raised, very square, kind of brutalist platforms. Just a random square platform in the water for no fucking reason, other than to provide a bomb jumpable platform like that. That's my shit right there. That's my Bomberman 64 shit right there. Bomberman 64 brain is fucking vibrating right now. How's about this? Let's teleport. Because I've got upgrades. I want to spend some monies. Spend some monies. We can get back here really easily. Remastering, yeah, because it wasn't that old. Days Gone, that was like 6 years ago. 2600 NES, there you go. Was I in 64? I was absolutely in 64. In 64 PS1. Yeah, no question. That was my Jimmy Jam. And of course, I went back and played several SNES games, and I've since played a number of PS1 games. And some Sega stuff. You know, I've gone back for quite a number of things, but there's so much I've yet to explore or so much stuff I didn't experience when they were new and fresh. So I never played. I mean, I've played Metal Gear Solid all the way through, but I didn't play it years ago. I only played it when I played Metal Gear Solid, probably like 7 years ago, 6 years ago, somewhere around there. And I've never played Final Fantasy VII. Never played Final Fantasy VII. Like, there's a bunch of just PS1 OGs that I've not tried to avoid. I just never got around. Hello. He says, hey, I was vibing. I was exploring. And then I got jumped by a bunch of mean old jumping dudes. They beat the shit out of me. And now I'm really sad. And he didn't tell us anything about them, but there's a roving gang of ne'er-do-wells that are ne'er-doing well. I think we have one key, and we need all 12 of them to get here. What did it mean? SNES whale. Well, that's one part of it too. I never played a video game until Mario 64. Oh shit. I saw this box. I tried to click the thing. Boop. Boop. That's right. Now, Mario 64 is my first ever video game that I held or played or even saw with my own eyeballs on a television screen. Like, I saw commercials, but I never got to, like, see a video game played until I, for Christmas, was gifted an N64 and Mario 64 and sat down and played it and controlled it. It's like, I knew what video games were vaguely, but yeah, I never actually experienced one until I was 7 or 8 years old. I think 7 was when I lost my video game virginity. Alex, did you have to phrase it that way? Yes, I absolutely did. Thank you very much. Wait, we already talked to this guy. He saved our buddies. Saved our lives. Here's Sword Fella. Let's go for Sword Fella. Look at this guy. Oh, he's got like cool... some kind of cool little ability. He just says hi. But yeah, there's plenty I never experienced back in the day. So really, if I would have had exposure to video games prior, I probably would have been an SNES kid, because the N64 came out in '97. That sound right? I was born in '89, so yeah, I mean, I knew I had friends that had Super Nintendos, but I just never got to see them or got to play on them, not until years afterwards. But I would hear like my friends talking about them, like back in the schoolyard, in the school days. That shit blew your mind. I love the one from the magazine, I think, where it says the PS1 can produce mind-boggling effects. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Here we go. I love this one. The real ones remember. The PlayStation can produce mind-boggling effects. The number of times my brother and I would be like playing GameCube games. Remember when the GameCube came out and the PS2 came out, and the jump from graphical fidelity and general hardware potential from the N64 PS1 era to the GameCube PS2 Xbox era was really something. Like, jumping from Smash Brothers to Smash Bros. Melee was out of this world. And I remember my brother and I, like, the number of times we were like, bro, this is as good as video games are gonna get. They're never gonna get more pretty. Like, this is the best graphics possible. This is the best graphics possible. I like look at these guys. I like these guys. I remember especially we got the demo because my brother Blake pre-ordered. Look at this. I like this one. My brother Blake pre-ordered Wind Waker, so it had like it came with like a demo. No, Double Dash. Double Dash came with a demo disc. It had like a bonus disc that came with like a cool demo, a bunch of demos, and one of the demos was the demo for F-Zero GX in the GameCube. And I remember we played that demo, and both of us were like, "This game is fucking gorgeous," and it was. I think it holds up. I think F-Zero GX still looks really good all these years later, and we were both like, video games are never gonna look better than this. Like, this is it. It's never gonna look better. This is amazing, and it still looks good. In our defense, I think it still looks good. When you first saw Mario in 3D, yeah, it was weird looking back that my first ever video game was Mario 64, which is Mario in 3D, and then didn't experience Mario 2D until, you know, probably like 2 or 3 years later. And being like, oh no, this is how most people were introduced to Mario. So I kind of went backwards, starting with 3D and working my way backwards. Because I know plenty of 2D Mario pros who don't really like the 3D Mario games, which is perfectly valid. Same thing with Zelda games. You know, they played a lot of Link to the Past, Zelda 2, Zelda 1 even, and then playing Ocarina of Time, it's like, oh, I don't like this. So I could see how not that shift is maybe not for everybody. Elgausa says, I don't know about you guys, but my mind is boggled. My mind is boggled. Does it take 3 upgrade Majiggies to make my sword more gooder? Oh, well, let's see. Okay, so so we have that. We have that, which is really cool. Pew, pew. So these are like combos. Well, no. That's a charge move. That's reflecting projectiles. Or that's like a... yeah, really badass dash thing. So these aren't necessarily, here's a better thing, but here's a... whoops. Here's like a new thing you can do with your weapon or with your ability. So it's not going to necessarily make the ability stronger, just give you other options. So this one is you deflect, or I just otherwise absorb projectiles. Oh, that's cool. Stabby. And of course, this would help with getting past those other little challenge areas to pick up those extra giblets. But it takes 3, I think. I think it takes basically all of our currency to go in on that one. I'll fucking do it. Yeah, space. Let's fucking do it, baby. Swing. So now... do I equip it? I think it's already equipped for me. But there are, I guess, other weapons eventually. So it's really fast. But there's still a cooldown. Actually... oh, wait, hold on. What's 1, 2? Maybe I have to, like, prove myself? I have to, like... go around. Maybe that's what this is. Proving ground. Yeah, see, 1, 2. Yeah, I'm like... oh, maybe I should be hitting something? Or shoot? I cannot... there's no shoot. My guy's like, not shooting. My flabbers are gassed. I don't know about you guys. So you love Tears of the Kingdom but didn't like Breath of the Wild? I have a couple friends that have the opposite, where they love Breath of the Wild but didn't love Tears of the Kingdom as much. I've only played Breath of the Wild. I've yet to play Tears of the Kingdom. Well, that sounded weird. That made it sound like that's the only Zelda game I played. I've of the newest games, yeah, I've only played Breath. I've yet to play Tears. So there's still, yes, there's still a 1, 2, 3. So yeah, you don't get, there's still that cooldown of 3. I wonder if that'd be enough to allow me to get past those spaces. Those spaces where, like, you have to kind of jump from spot to spot. Maybe the idea is, like, if you go fast enough... I don't know, there's still kind of a cooldown, yeah. So, but at least it makes it, yeah, a lot niftier. Makes it a much quicker reaction, like initial reaction time. Now I'm kind of curious, now that I kind of have a better handle on how this all goes, is this healing? No, this isn't healing. This one is... oh, okay, so that's actually kind of nice. Just 2 of these would give me our alternate ability, the C button ability, which we don't have any of those yet. So that might be the next thing I purchase, just because that would be nice. We have nothing in that slot right now. I think that's this guy right here. Whoa, it's a raid of Unstable. What's up, buddy? Were you playing more of that Nuclear Nightmare game? I know you've been playing that a bunch on, and I think off the stream. We're playing some Hyper Light Drifter, my first time playing this cool little game. Like Breath of the Wild underutilized the map. I wouldn't disagree. I mean, the whole idea with Breath of the Wild is that, you know, the whole world is in a state of ruin. So it makes perfect sense that, you know, shit is fucked and things are, like, kind of empty and sad in that game. But I could also see it being kind of not for everyone's to everyone's liking. And of course the weapon durability. I liked the weapon durability thing, but I get when other people say it's not their favoritist. And there's Unstable playing that cool ass game, and he says, "Give me the goddamn hash browns, Alex." So give me those hash browns. Bam! There's the shout out for our boy who was playing the cool game. Yeah, Nuclear Nightmare. I remember you were telling me about it. You were the first one to say, "Yo, there's this cool new game. It's pretty cool. It'll tickle your pickle. It'll make your dumpy juicier." To that I say, whoa. I don't think my dumpy could get more juicier. Are you kidding me? My dumpy would become more powerful then you know, people are going to start asking questions. People are going to start getting suspicious. They're going to think I've violated some international booty limiting laws, and they'd be correct. So anyway, no, I've heard it's very cool. I've heard it's very cool. Were you doing some co-op? I know you were. I think I saw you were doing some multiplayer with some other streamer homies, streamer buds. We're playing Hyper Light Drifter. This game is really cool. I never played it. This game is. It's not a new game. This game has been out for a while, but I'm enjoying it quite a bit. I think it came out 2016, so I'm a little bit late to the party, but I'm having a good time. It's a very fun one. And let's see, where did we teleport from? It seems like I thought there was more than just this one. Is it just this one? No, we had found a little teleporty fella. Oh, I think it was in another layer. I think I have to go up or down a layer. Yeah, 2 empty, right. Yeah, I could see where that was, yeah, a little bit sag for some folks. I get that as a fair critique. I still loved it. I loved Breath of the Wild. But yeah, there were some areas that felt pretty barren. Just by their design. Had a bunch of folks. That's awesome. Do you have any clips to share, by the way, Unstable? You know my general policy whenever somebody raids, I love getting them clippies. There we go. I think we were underground somewhere. And never mind, I'm full of shit. There's no other warpy points. So weird. I thought I had more than one warpy point. I see these things, but I think those are things I've yet to pick up. And the gray ones I think are things I have picked up. That's okay. I mean, I could just go right for this guy, because there's definitely something going down there, no question. We know there's a purple fella there and a purple fella down there, which we actually might be able to reach now. I need one more fella, I think, or I can open this one up. So yeah, so Tears of the Kingdom is a little bit more involved, which makes sense. I love Breath of the Wild. And the one thing that I really enjoyed about Breath of the Wild is that I went in very unprompted, very blind. We know we need the charge shot for that one. And Breath of the Wild for me at least, did a very good job of having a game that reminded me of that, like, sense of wonder. Of not knowing, like, what could be coming next. And that was really cool. Yeah, I know we've already gone up here. I remember this now. It did a good job of being like, man, this is not a formulaic Zelda game. So it's open world, like, I've done, I think I did a pretty good job of, yeah, not spoiling myself or anything. So there was that feeling of, like, I don't know what the rules are. You know, you play Ocarina of Time, you play Majora's Mask is kind of an outlier, but you play Breath of the Wild, I'm sorry, you play Ocarina of Time, you play Wind Waker, you play Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword, you start to see that pattern, for better or for worse, of like 3D Zelda, or even to a point 2D Zelda. You get the Master Sword, you do your first dungeon, that gives you a cool ability, you use that cool new ability to access the next thing, and blah, 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 blah. Small keys that lead to big keys, lead to the boss. Breath of the Wild just threw out that out the window, and I was like, I don't know what to expect. I'm in, like, completely uncharted territory, and it was exciting. It was exciting, you know, you would see strange monsters in the horizon that you had a hard time fighting, and you know, some of the strange, like, somewhat random events that would occur, like the weather effects, that kind of thing. See, the first time I saw the flying dungeon just circling overhead, I was like, what the fuck is that? So just that sense of, like, I don't know what this is. It's that sense of wonder that I remember fondly as a kid and have a hard time tapping into as an adult. I loved it, man. I love that shit. So I'd probably love Tears. I think I probably would too. Yeah. I'd mentioned before, a couple of my buddies said they didn't really love Tears of the Kingdom, but they liked Breath of the Wild. And I think for some of them, at least, there's the feeling of, like, oh, it's like not different enough necessarily. Like, the world is familiar, which is cool, but they wanted something with a little bit more distinction. Like, the crafting thing is cool, but it's just not enough for them necessarily. It was on the other side. There was that little area that we can maybe do now. Maybe. These guys are shooty pooty. I probably shouldn't have gone for these guys. I probably should have just gone to the left. I saw the chance to murder and I got excited. Ouch. Oh my god, I was hoping I could dash through it. Instead, I dashed into it. Well, I have no more heals, so I think I'm not allowed to fuck this up at all. Oh, I can't get over there. I think it's over on that side. I squinch through. Oh! That's how you do it. Okay, so I can at least get to it. Boop, boop. Yeah, this is not the issue. Doing this with literally no other health options is not what I would call a wise decision. I think I went the wrong way. I think I done goofed, because I can't really... Yeah, obviously we've already been here. I thought there was like a section that this led to. That was, was like a more elaborate, like, bum, 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 like hopping from one spot to the other. So I can go down. If I so chose. What I should probably do is warp on out of here. Unless... Actually, hold on. I just warp there. That might just warp me back to the surface. It's weird because I was finding other little warp points. Maybe you're only allowed to keep... Oh, okay, that's the original one, I think. Maybe you're only allowed to keep one warp point at a time. But no, that wouldn't make sense because we still have the one back at the base. One way back this way. So yeah, it's a little bit odd to me. It seemed like I was picking up others. So yeah, so that one... I'm not sure how else I can reach it. Maybe I need to do other stuff before I can get to it. Is there any other paths that I missed? Yeah, we were talking about Helldivers 2 and how I was like, man, I would like to play the game, but the limiting factor, at least for me, is it's not so much about being able to afford the game, but it's more about being able to invest the time into playing it. Yeah, I have no doubt I would enjoy it for sure. The tricky thing is I'm not so sure I would want to stream it necessarily, because everybody and their mother streams that game, or at least has streamed it in the past. And I don't know. I don't know if I'd be able to like keep up with chat very well while playing it, that kind of thing. So it'd probably be a thing I would just play off stream, which would still be fun, no doubt. It's not like I would be like, ew, gross. But I just don't have. I don't really do a good job of making time to play things off stream. You know, if I'm at my computer and I am not doing work stuff, it probably means I'm streaming. Like I'm not really at my computer unless I'm streaming, or I'm doing work stuff and I've got my work laptop up instead of my computer screen up. I mean, sometimes I can have both. Oh, okay, we've already been here. I know that for sure. Sometimes I can do both. You know, sometimes I can like have a stream up while I'm doing work stuff, but it's just the reality. Maybe I can reach that. You know, let's cook a little bit. Let's explore around a little bit. Maybe I can find that shit. Cause I remember we fought a bunch of the... Oh, are they gonna spawn in again? We might have to refight them. Because there were platforms that I cannot reach. Well, no, I guess... Probably not necessary then. Yes, probably not necessary. And you know what? Yeah, I think it was... Oh! Yeah, we'd have to refight them. Ouch. Ouch. Damn! Get my ass kicked. I like dodged into the direction he was going. Ah. Yeah, here we go. Oh shit! From downtown. I'm getting my... Oh, I thought that was my guy. I was like, why is my guy lying down, taking a nap? Oh, I'm dead. Jesus. I've done this fight before. I'm sucking eggs right now, and not the good kind of sucking. Control yourself after. Oh, interesting. That's kind of cool. So you like you're not like when your guy is dead, you're not just like sitting there going like herp derp. You get to like fuck around. Look around with stuff and find out. I promise I used to not be shitty at this game, but I'm not getting tired. I mean, it is 12:30. It is not getting... It's not early. It's not late, but it's not early. That's the problem, too. Fuck. That's the problem, fuck. That's the problem, is I like dodge into where they're going, so I just arrive, and then I'm like, oh, ouch. I'm taking pain. I'm taking damage. Have I played Tunic? I have not. It looks super fun. I've watched other people stream it. That's another one, though, where I've had to not allow myself to see too much of the game, because I know I want to play it, and I wouldn't want things spoiled for myself. So yeah, that's one where I definitely want to play it myself and experience it in all of its glory. There we go. Much more confident that time. Ouch. Blech. Sorry. Oh, one more. There we go. Much smoother. Much more smooth. So was it this way? Now I can open this door. I couldn't open this door earlier. Now I can open it. I don't think it's going to lead to the... you know, it could be. It could lead to the big perp. It might lead to the big perp. We shall see. Remember when I had a bunch of heals? I remember when I had a bunch of heals. Pepperidge Farm remembers. Yeah, spoilers get it right, because there's so much of it is about learning the world and understanding the... Not just solving the puzzles, but like uncovering the secrets of just the game world. It looks super freaking cool. The overall aesthetic seems neat. I mean, just everything about it is very, very alluring. Is there a thing there? Should I try to jump? Whoop! Wow, there actually was a thing. Pleasantly surprised. I was like, it's a little bit suspicious. A little sus. Look at that little guy. Bouncing around. Being all wimbly bimbly. Oh, I thought that was a jumpable platform or a landable platform. Turns out it was just pain. I don't see any explodable canisters. What I do see is that guy being shootable. Ouch. Oh, shit. We didn't see that coming. This is going to be a tricky one. Now, the good news is I don't have to go that way if I don't want to. Oh, here's a health pack for one thing. That'll help. Got 2 of those things now. Oh, some D&D? That sounds fun. That sounds fun. Can I ask what kind of character you got? Actually, I haven't played straight up Dungeons and Dragons in a while, but I'm currently in a Cyberpunk Red campaign that I'm enjoying a lot. We had a session just on Tuesday. Just a couple days ago on Tuesday. What else here? I have mostly full health. That's not gonna stop me from finding a way to take damage and get hacked. Ouch. Speak of the goddamn devil. Something that explosion would like get more of the dudes. You guys want to come close? Just kind of lunch line you a little bit. Ouch. So I did kill most of them there. Just kind of worked out. I was looking for any like other destructible things. Rogue? A rogue Christmas character. Like, rogue Christmas, as in you wish them Merry Christmas and then backstab them? Or maybe you backstab them with presents? Christmas character. I mean, I'm intrigued. I don't understand, but I am intrigued. Got an achievement for tricking a Dirk to jump off a ledge. I'm assuming the Dirks are the little stabby boys. Jumpy boys. Yeah, the whole world is a puzzle, exactly. Yeah, like stuff you wouldn't be expected to know that, like, that particular solution unless something, you were either just incredibly brilliant or somebody spoiled it for you. Which obviously is, you know, would take away from the experience, needless to say. Ouch. Should be able to make that jump. There's, oh, that's one of the purple fellas. Give me the purple fellas, please. Oh, charisma. I'm with Elgas. That is way less fun. Christmas would be great. Merry Christmas, motherfucker. Ah. Stab the ass. Oh, there's something down here. Ah. What's one of these? We find a new set of gear. Warp home to change gear. Interesting. And then I desecrate his corpse. Get that shit out of here. Whoop, clicked out of the game. And now I'm in that awkward pace where, like, oh wait, how do I get back there? Oh, okay, that's nice. It's very well hidden. I did not go that way. I'm a little bit afraid to go this way. Actually, never mind. We can do that shit. Ouch. Whoa, it's a raid! I get one of those things. Is that a llama raid? Is that a llama raid as I live and breathe? It is a snow elf, so Christmas might work. Yeah, charisma rogue makes a lot more sense. Alex, just don't get hit, Alex. Wait, you're telling me you're not supposed to take damage in this game? I thought it was like golf. The less hit points you have, the better. The better you are at the video game. Next, you're gonna tell me that, like, I'm supposed to do damage to villains and not just run into their attacks, but there's no way. Ain't no way. We got 8-Bit Llama raiding us. It's a goddamn good day. What's up, 8-Bit Llama? Were you guys doing some more Morrowind? You were! Oh my gosh, I love Morrowind. It's one of my favorite games. And I feel a little bad because I talk about Morrowind way too much. More than an average, well-adjusted, mid-30s person ought to, and yet I cannot help myself. The number of times... It's kind of like a... becoming an ongoing thing where I say, like, take a shot or take a drink every time I make some kind of... Anytime I'm playing a game and I go, it's just like that time in Morrowind when the thing happened. So, it's one of my favorites. And I know you are in the midst of your... I think you're nearing the end of your first playthrough of at least the expansion content. Solstheim and, the place in which Tribunal takes place, I can't remember. But anyway, thank you, bud, for popping in. Oh, we got CD as well. We got CD, we got Petite Colossus, we got Wombat. We got the homies, man. It was the finale. What'd you think? What'd you think? Now it's all said and done, because for those who don't know, 8-Bit Llama is one of our... he's one of our Oblivion homies. 8-Bit Llama was super, super helpful when I did my Oblivion playthrough. So, 8-Bit Llama, it has a bunch of nostalgia and a bunch of knowledge with Oblivion, or relating to Oblivion. And of course, I played through the game for the first time a couple years ago. Did all the way through. We hit that shit real hard. We hit that shit real hard. We did all the quests we could find. We did all of the... Of course, we did the main campaign. We did all the expansion content. Knights of the Nine, the Shivering Isles. We did all that shit. We did every faction and just every side quest I could find. Can you call it a 100% playthrough? Probably not. I'm sure there was probably some stuff I missed, but generally, everything we came upon, we hit that shit hard, and it was a very fun time. It was a very fun time. And but now the opposite situation where 8-Bit Llama is playing a game that I know decently well. So I'd be curious to hear your take on the game now that you're looking at it from the rearview mirror, how it holds up, and how it's aged, because Morrowind is a clunky game. I love it, but let's be real, it's clunky. It's got that old school jank that I love, that 2001, 2002 jank that I love, but not everyone else is so enthusiastic about, and I get it. I love that shit, man. What's up, Martinez? Appreciate you popping in. He says, I did love it. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Because, you know, you've probably heard a bajillion opinions about Morrowind, and they're all jokes aside, they are all valid. even the incorrect ones, because it's again, it's a clunky game. It's archaic. It's kind of hard to control. The combat's a little bit wonky, and I still can't get this one, even with the upgraded boost. Yeah, even with the upgraded boost, there must be some other ability that will let you jump around all those. Because I don't have the juice. I don't have the juice to make those jumps. That's okay. Unless there's something else, because yeah, we got the upgrade that lets us boost faster, but you still have that cooldown. Yeah, like after you do 3 boosts, yeah, or after a certain number of boosts, it cools down, and it takes a minute for it to pop back up, so you can't just spam it like I want to spam it. I appreciate you guys popping in. I know it's getting late, by the way. I know Petite Colossus that they gotta get going, which is perfectly fine. I know in some time zones, especially, it's getting quite late. But I appreciate folks popping in. Super nice of you to hang out with us. And of course, Ape Llama is a friend of the channel. Whoops. Friend of humanity in general. Despite sounding like he's a llama, he's actually a human person, and he's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't think we gotta come back there later. There's some other upgrade we don't have. Thought I'd try it one more time, but nothing. It's nerf or nothing. Now what I can do is warp back. Grab this healing right here. I'm gonna warp back. Whoop. That one. Go and warp back, and you can use the third trinket to unlock that questionable door right there. The clunkiness makes for some fun moments. Absolutely. Absolutely. It takes time to get used to, but by the end of the game, yeah. It's a fun power trip, isn't it? By the time you, once you kind of start to figure out the systems, how leveling works, how combat, how to be more effective in combat, that's like about the point where you start to go like, I can see through the matrix now. I see the green lines in the matrix. So now I know how to make this game work for me, how to bend it to my will. Morrowind's breakability, for my money, is one of the greatest features of the game. Some would say it's a lack of balance, but I think that's part of the experience, is finding ways to, maybe not break the game necessarily, but turn yourself into kind of a bit of an unstoppable badass so you can experience the game and experience the story and all the wonderful quest lines without any impedings. Because that's like, I enjoyed Oblivion through and through, I really did, but I very quickly in Oblivion I started to feel like, man, these fucking, maybe not bullet sponge, but damage sponge enemies are getting in the way of the game. I want to the number of times I would think to myself, I wish I could just fast track through the combat like I can in Morrowind to get past the bad guys and do more quests and experience more story. Like the combat kind of gets in the way of having, maybe not having fun, that's probably too extreme, but gets in the way of being able to feel like you're the hero, you know? I don't know. I wanted less combat in Oblivion pretty early on. I was like, can I have less of that? So I like on Morrowind, yeah, once you're a badass, you can kind of one or two shot most things pretty confidently. But again, these are two very different games with very different design philosophies. I love the openness of Morrowind. I love levitation, the existence of levitation. Holy shit! Of course, the modding scene for the game is crazy, but of course, the modding scene for Oblivion is equally, if not more so, crazy. So, yeah, no shortage of crazy, goofy shit. Would love to play it again. Yeah, yeah, the insane enemy scaling. You understand? Yeah. And there is enemy scaling. Let's be real. There is enemy scaling in Morrowind. You're not going to be seeing or encountering lightning Atronox at level 1 like you do in Morrowind when you're level 10 or 15 or 20. So there is some scaling, but it's not quite as over the top necessarily. Sometimes the balance can be chaotic, which can be fun. Yeah. It has to be some amount of controlled chaos, obviously. Clearly, Bethesda didn't like it because they've, very much stayed the course of, kind of limiting things a little bit more, clamping down a little bit more, and discouraging that kind of somewhat breakable openness that Morrowind had. With Skyrim and Oblivion, there's very much that feeling of yeah, we don't want quite that many options. We don't quite. We want a more linear experience. We want a simplified experience. Because let's be real, Morrowind is a more complicated game. For people like me, I say it has a lot of depth. But for some people, they look at that, they go, this is a bit much. And it kind of is, let's be real. The spell crafting is kind of weird. The enchanting system's kind of weird. There's a lot of attributes. There's a lot of skill trees and spell schools. Like, it's a little overwhelming, and some of it is probably superfluous. Some of that's probably unnecessary, but I love it. But again, I get when somebody who started with Oblivion or Skyrim goes back and sees Morrowind and goes, I mean, I like what they're doing here, but it's not for me. I hold no grudge against someone who's just not a huge fan of it. Apelam, if you're still listening in, one thing I'm also curious about is how you felt about the base game compared to the expansions. Because I'll show my full hand in saying this, I don't love the expansions in Morrowind. Part of it is because the expansions are not bad. It's just that the base game is so incredible. For me, they kind of pale in comparison a little bit. Like, I had such a fun time. Yeah, I blew up that guy. Hell yeah. I had such a fun time in the base game. And I think I had it built up too much in my mind. I was like, hell yeah, we're playing some expansion content for Morrowind. Hell yeah. It's going to be Morrowind, but more of the wind. Oh, I'm excited. And then I get to the Tribunal expansion. And I go, after a little bit, I go like, I'm kind of waiting for this to be done. Like, I've only played through them once, and I don't think I really want to play through them again. Like, there was cool story stuff. The story in Tribunal is, I think, really cool. And the Solstheim story, it's alright. The problem with Solstheim and the Blood Moon expansion is you start to see the trend. You start to see the trend where Bethesda said, ooh, wow, snowy landscapes are fucking great. That's what happened with Solstheim and the Blood Moon expansion, is that Bethesda took a step back and said, you know what we need? We need snow, we need mountains, and we need the Nords. We don't have enough Nords. I'm really feeling Nords now, baby. And they did the Blood Moon expansion. And then Oblivion comes around, and Bethesda, they're like half of the development, then they're like, you know what? This game needs more Nords. We need a whole big old part of the game that's all about the areas just south of Skyrim. We need lots of snow, lots of mountains. We need more Nords. We need more, what is it? Bruma, I think, is the area where you have, like, it's a huge part of the game. It's a place you come back to frequently. They said, we really need this. And then Skyrim comes around, and Bethesda said, you know what? Let's make the whole fucking game about Nords and mountains and snow. This is great. We can't get enough of this. And I'm over here like, please do something else. Holy shit. Give me some diversity, because Morrowind, I feel like, had very good diversity. You had, like, weird alien landscapes and giant fucking mushrooms and like, these areas that just felt, oh, secret area, that felt foreign and mysterious. So it was a little bit annoying where I'm just like, Jesus fucking Christ, Bethesda has another boner about Nords. Shocking. Do something different. Man, I should complain about Skyrim more often. This is great. We get more raids. Alex, complain about Bethesda more. Quick, it'll bring more people in. Oh my god. Yeah, base game was better. Yeah. Oh, and then Jet. Oh, now if I had to guess, Gratafi and Jet, were you guys doing more Bear Den stuff? I was lurking in Jet's stream earlier. Not that I pick favorites, but I was lurking in Jet's stream specifically earlier. Jet, don't tell Gratafi I was in your stream and not Gratz's, okay? Keep that between you and me. Bethesda, yeah, they couldn't be ignored. Oh god, so they couldn't ignored it anymore. The werewolf path, yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, Llama. Playing as the werewolf in Blood Moon is miserable. It's kind of not fun. Yeah, I don't love it. I do not love it. Let's be real, that final, like, rush of combat in Blood Moon, it's a slog. It's a goddamn slog. I wish it wasn't, but it is. Not a big fan. So yeah, Tribunal and Blood Moon, it's worth playing through if you really love Morrowind, but otherwise it's like, just stick with the main game. That's usually what I tell the peeps, tell the homies. But thank you to Gratafi and Jet. Thank you, guys, for shouting out our friends. They were both playing some Majora's Mask. They were doing, I think it was the Bear Den race, if I had to guess. Can I warp to that thing? Whoop. Nope, can't do it. I think it's a raised platform anyway. We're playing Hyper Light Drifter. This is my first time playing this game. This game came out in 2016. It is, I think it's kind of an indie darling. I think a lot of people played this when it first came out years ago, and I'm playing it for the first time. I'm a little bit late to the party, but I'm really enjoying it. Very pretty visuals, very, very fun combat and like engaging gameplay. Exploring is very fun. Love the visuals, love the aesthetic, love the very few words. There's not a lot of like text and whatnot. The mystery and the intrigue is part of just understanding what's going on or what has happened in the past based on the brief conversations you have with NPCs and trying to piece the story together. It's a very fun little game. I'm liking it a lot. We also have a review key for the second game, Hyperlight Breaker, which entered early access a few weeks ago, I think. Just part of why I'm playing this now, because it's like, well, shit, if I've got a review key for that game, I should bone up at least a little bit on the OG. That is what we're doing. So I got full heals. Well, I got full heals, but not full health. By the way, 8-Bit Llama, I'm tardy on this, so if you're still listening in, the option is available to you as well. So to 8-Bit Llama and to Jet and to Gratafi, all three of you have all rated me in very quick succession. If any of you, or if all three of you, have any clips to share. So whenever someone raids, I'm always super excited, maybe a little bit too excited if between you and me. Whenever someone has clips or a TikTok video or a YouTube short, something sweet, something short and sweet to show me. Listen, I'm a hobbit. I love things that are short and sweet. So if you had something fun to share that was like a silly thing that happened in a stream of yours recently, I saw the lily pad and got excited. I always love getting to see what my friends are up to. And Toffee and Jet and 8-Bit Llama, all cool homies. The cool homies, yeah. Yeah, Morrowind got worse. I wouldn't say it got worse, but it did become simplified and more mainstream. And let's be real, simplifying the Elder Scrolls games was probably the right call, because the games have sold way better with every new installment. Lots of people have played Skyrim, not as many people have played Morrowind. So simplifying and making it more mainstream, digestible, and taking away some of that complexity makes the old timers like myself sad, but is more of a crowd pleaser. So can't say I blame them. Yeah, that last section, yeah, 8-Bit Llama knows exactly what I mean. How'd you do it against Gedna, by the way? Gedna Relvel, I think. I think she was in the Tribunal expansion, in all fairness, but yeah, Gedna Relvel, the bugged NPC that ended up having, I think it was like 100 times the HP that she was supposed to have. It's a well-known bug in the world of Morrowind in that one particular expansion. Can't reach him. I want to reach him, but I can't reach. I got the sad little baby jumps. Unless there's like an invisible something or another. We might need to get the fourth and final Majiggy before I can reach the fella. As you can see, the little gray areas where I've gotten other Majiggies already. But yeah, I'm not just making shit up, by the way. There's an honest to goodness what's it called? An honest to goodness NPC NPC villain in Morrowind. I want to say the Tribunal expansion, maybe, called Gedna Relvel. And yeah, she is overly juiced. The formula to calculate her health is bugged in the game. Usually it's like your level times blah 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 times something else times like some other number, and the number they were supposed to use had a missing decimal point, or a decimal point nudged over one or too many digits to the left or to the right, and as a result, yeah, she has like a order of magnitude like 100 or higher more health than she ought to. So like, unless you're level 1, you have just no reasonable hope of defeating her. So what you kind of have to do is go into the console and change her health to what the formula should have been originally. It's the only way to feasibly kill her, or just don't kill her at all. But I think she's tied to a quest. Yeah, still had a good run. Yeah. It's in the game is very good. Yeah, I'm really liking the game. I've heard mixed things about the sequel that's in early access right now, Hyperlight Breaker. I understand it's a very different game. Understand that's a very different game than this one. I think it's more of a roguelike, and it's also like a platformer, third person kind of thing. I think I could be wrong. I know Alias played it, a couple of our streamer buddies. I guess. Oh, I've already been here. Oh, but we couldn't reach this because the It was not exploded. But I exploded it just now. So anyway, yeah, I'm looking forward to trying the sequel. But it is, of course, early access, so, you know, these things take time to iron out sometimes. There's also... Right, yeah, that's a fair point, too. It's not exactly a one-to-one, like, easily comparable situation, but just considering just how successful those games have been. And honestly, Oblivion holds up pretty well. I think when it comes to the Elder Scrolls games, there is a certain kind of player that loved Morrowind and loved Oblivion, and loved the storytelling. You know, the storytelling, like the main story of Oblivion and Morrowind, for my money, is very, very good. And honestly, the main story, the story of like the Thieves Guild in Oblivion is superb, and the Dark Brotherhood, 10 out of 10. Really cool storytelling. Storytelling in like the Fighters Guild and the Mages Guild and Morrowind, it's fine, but I mean, man, Oblivion has some incredible storytelling. Skyrim, I don't really hear people praise the storytelling. Usually if someone's talking about the story in Skyrim, they're saying that it's kind of generic and boring. So I think for a lot of, there's a certain class of Bethesda enjoyer that says, like, yeah, like they recognize that Skyrim is, like, you know, plays better and that looks better. It just has more cool combat stuff going on, but the story is just dragons. Yeah, cool. It's like, it's kind of milquetoast. So like, you know, at least Oblivion, to be fair, has some just incredible writing. And in some ways, at least better than Morrowind. I think I still like Morrowind's main quest more. The whole Sixth House thing is so fucking cool, but yeah, it's like, I get why Oblivion had such an impact on people. Oh, you had a mod. Oh, that's a good point, April Llama. That's good to know that, yeah, maybe one of the community mods fixed it, because yeah, it's a well-known bug. You would have recognized. You would have hit a point where you would have said, oh man, I'm getting my fucking ass ate in a unpleasurable way. The soundtrack, I'm with you. I've heard some bits of the soundtrack for Hyper Light Breaker. It does sound very good. Very good. So I think we're getting close to the other trinket. The trinket that I desire. I need to go around, because I don't have a long enough jump to reach that one. Yeah, that's a good point too, Ace, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's like, it's all relative. It's all relative, and of course, it depends also on publisher expectations. As far as like, how well a game sells and sells. I got them both. Oh. I keep assuming I can go through projectiles. We need the other dash upgrade that lets us go through projectiles, so that I can not get shit on by like just flying into those things constantly. We need 3 keys. Alright, so we're still going the right way probably. So I probably won't be able to get to the little upgrades that were over here. I guess that's what that key is for, or that key door is for. Yeah, the Oblivion quests are great. Skyrim does have some good side stories. That's good to know. But yeah, class is poorly for story. Yeah, which tracks with what I've heard. I'm gonna not pick that up because I have plenty of health. Well, actually, I have max health packs. Price for exploration. Right, yeah, exploration, combat, like doing cool builds. Like, that seems pretty neat. Right, so that did open up this little path. So now we can progress to what I'm presuming is going to be a boss battle. I kind of wanted the extra trinkets. Or, like, apparently right over it. Or, like, it's right underneath us right now. Out of curiosity, hold on, if I go back down... Then I double check the map again. Okay, so yeah, so that there's... Was there something I just missed? It's like, was there like a little something around here? Did you see a little indentation? Oh, wow. It really was just really well hidden. Also, another key. That's nice. pretty nifty. I don't trust myself to not explode that. Or explode myself. And so technically we haven't really gone anywhere else. So that was just a secret. Can I jump on that? No. Yeah, so that was just a secret area. All right. And I like shoot that. Yeah, I'm looking to see if there's anything else I missed. Not that I need all the little trinkets, but they're just nice to have. It's a nice to have. How did Gaynor go for me in Tribunal? That guy did take a couple attempts. I will not be ashamed to admit I did not one-shot him. That was not a one and done. That was like a, you know, you fight him, you like, of course you reject him, he gets super mad, then he comes back with full, what is it, ebony armor, and I was like, this guy's a chump, and then I walked around and I found out. Walked around and then I found out, and I'm out of the juice. I have more juice. So I was like, all right, this guy's got hands. I gotta get good. Yeah, I think there's some other thing we have to activate for us to get to that one. I don't see anything else. Yeah, but the answer might be one more key. Maybe that is the answer. So now we'll grab this and let's go explore what might be a boss battle. Might be a boss battle, and it kind of has that boss battle smell. Ouch. Ouch. Yeah, it seems like if you get behind where the grenade is thrown, it seems like the vector that the grenade traverses informs the direction of the bullets. So it's like if he throws a grenade at you, the bullets are going to explode towards you as well. It's not like a full circle, obviously. Kind of like a little semicircle. Look at this fellow jumping around. Oh, Wimbly Bimbly. Oh, shit. Those do 2 damage. Good to know. Yeah, sometimes I get overwhelmed and I go, oh, shit, how do I get around those grenades? But I think you just kind of boost past them and you're good. Yeah, you're the chosen one, and there's dragons. Yeah, that's how Skyrim's been summarized to me in the past. Never complete the main quest. Honestly, Scared Cheap, it's good to see you. And also, what you just described is a very common thing for a lot of folks with various Bethesda games. I think that's a very common thing for lots of these open world Bethesda games, where they go, wow, this game is cool, but never actually beat the damn thing. Like the main quest, at least. You know, you get caught up doing cool side quests and having a nice time, and it's great, but it's like, oh shit, there's all kinds of great stuff I'm missing out on. And of course, yeah, there are some really great quests in all the games we just mentioned. Oh, what the hell? I was watching the cutscene, dude. That was very much not Cash Money. I was watching the cutscene, that guy was being so mean. He was being so cringe. Nothing else back this way. Yeah, let's go back up. Is there anything else over here? There was this one, very mysterious. You get here and it's like what's here? Why are you showing me this? Maybe just to show me that there's a platform over there. You play with 4 people? Yeah, no wonder. That sounds hilarious and fun, but very chaotic. It's part of the fun, right? They're releasing. Oh, that is cool. That is cool. I understand Crosscode is one of those games that I think a lot of people enjoy. Well, plenty of people enjoy, but I don't know if it's sold very well. Because it seems like it was reviewed well, but it seems like it was one of those that a lot of people missed out on, which is a shame because it looks superb. Ooh, big scary door. Is this boss battle time? Here, let's fight some baddies first. Oh, dear God, you're just fucking flaying dudes out here, bro? Jesus. Brutal. Okay, we'll go and get that. I want that shit. March Saturdays are in reserve. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I mean, of course, we don't have to go ridiculous with the settings. You know, that is not a requirement. I enjoy it. I enjoy embracing the chaos, but it is not a requirement by any stretch. I kind of pick up on that that Gratafi is a slight enjoyer of chaos when it comes to buffoonery with the more out there settings for randomizers and such. Wow, 2 of them. Quick succession. More specifically, probably when it comes to the Majora's Mask stuff in particular, because Gratafi is very experienced. Well, and Jet. Both him and Jet are very experienced with Majora's Mask randomizer. And Jet's pretty darn experienced with Ocarina of Time randomizer too. So they're both more on it than I am. They're both more experienced and more capable with 3D Zelda randomizer shenanigans in general. But the difference there, the thing, the great equalizer is that I have so much dirt on the both of them, I can just blackmail them into being my friend and to playing games with me. So although I may lack talent and penile endurance, what I do have is so much dirt and illegal dealings. And they think I'm super cool. Alex, we think you're so nice. No, we love playing games with you, Alex. No, it's great. It has nothing to do with you know, that time in Tijuana with all the dead bodies. You know the one. The fact that they added the NPC souls, I'm with you. I absolutely want to try that shit out. That sounds amazing. It sounds fucking bonkers. But I love fucking bonkers. Not the clown. I don't want to fuck bonkers the clown. Well, I'll talk to my wife. Let's see if she approves it. But otherwise, yeah, I'm with you. The NPC souls thing looks very silly and very weird. Yeah, it has everything right. Exactly. It looks incredible. Good art, good music, interesting difficulty. Yeah, everything about it looks like something I would no doubt enjoy. Add them all, baby. Dude, if they were to do some... Ain't that some shit? What if, like, in 10 years, the combo randomizer has evolved to the point where it's like, alright, combo randomizer, it's Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time, and Wind Waker, and Twilight Princess, and Skyward Sword all joined together. Can you fucking imagine? I don't know if I have enough brain capacity to play any of those games in a 1-year period, much less play them all maybe not simultaneously, but like in a conjoined fashion. So what did I find from doing that little excursion? We found exactly one of these in the past, and I don't know what they do. A little fella. Yeah, we activated the little guy popped up, and I don't know what it did. We're still in the same part of the map, though. I think we did see that one. Oh, it actually might have unlocked that door. That was fun, though. Let's see. So we got... Actually, now we have full health. What I was about to say is we have the maximum number of heals, but not full health. But now we got the full health. So now... If there was anything else that I wanted to explorificate, we could if we really wanted to. There's health over there, but we've already been on that side. I'm trying to take it slow, because if I go too fast, I might get silly. We want to limit the silliness. We can't have... Yeah, here we go. We can't have too much silliness. That'd be irresponsible. You've explored this area. So once again, we never did get the fourth purple fella. The fourth purple fella is still somewhere out there. But we don't need all of them necessarily. I think... we don't need all of them right now. We might need all of them for later. You have to construct all 4 crystals perfectly. But it's entirely possible that killing this guy will like give us something or help unlock something that will allow us to reach that last spot. Because I think we just need one more key, maybe, to unlock that one door. We'll see. Let's prepare for a boss battle. That's kind of what I'm expecting. Actually, for that matter, should I go back and pick up an upgrade? That would help. We have the ability to either get the better, really anything other than a sword or a jump upgrade. Because a gun upgrade or the special ability thing, those both cost 2. I think the gun thing will be a charge shot, probably. Oops, wrong button. It would be... over her. I think I can do this pretty quickly. I think there was the charge shot for the pistol. I don't think I would do a charge shot upgrade necessarily, just because I imagine if it's a boss battle, we'll probably want to be pretty quick on our feet. And usually a charge shot is the opposite of going fast. Usually you're staying rooted in place for a bit. So yeah, probably neither of these. So, if there's another pistol thing, I would consider it. I would consider it, but I think it might just be that one thing. Yeah, it's just a... Oh, it's not a charge shot. It's quicker firing. That's nice, but yeah, I don't think that's a huge priority. I'd probably rather have more health or this other cool thing. Yeah, either more max health or this guy. Let's get this guy. You can upgrade it further if need be. It takes 3 upgrade pointies. Throw it on the ground. Or I could just... I guess I'm throwing nothing right now, but in the field, presumably it lets you do some cool shit. Lets you blow shit up. But I like how, yeah, in town, you can just throw them around, and it's just like, here you go. Just tossing, I don't know, empty magazines or something. Alright, so now... seeing if there was anything else. It'd be nice to just warp right here. I can't do it. Just right here. Actually, that's the thing, too. I have 3 of the crystal things. I thought that's what the purple thing meant. I thought that meant there's a crystal part here. But it just occurred to me. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So maybe there's... maybe you can get more than a full crystal? I guess I don't know. And one way to find out. So we'll try the boss battle. We'll probably be able to beat it. I mean, there's been some pretty tough combat sections in this game already. We haven't really done a really any kind of boss battle yet. Do I go that way? I don't think I go that way. I think I go this way. See, I don't quite know what to expect with this game's boss battles. I think either approach works. I think this one will work. Yeah, this feels right. We have to fight the bad guys again. Oh shit, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know if I can go back up. Heck. Yeah, this might be a dead end. I'll see if there's anything that I had missed here previously. I don't think the answer is yes. There's a little elevator thingy. Surely I've been here already. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't waste my time. Maybe I should just warp back. I can get confirmation that it's a dead end. Of course, the bad guys do respawn, which is not a bad thing per se. No, I grabbed that. Didn't need that. I don't need that shit. Did explode his own bro. Ouch. My god, I'm getting juggled. Get the first one out. Oh, the other one. I'm dead. Alright, maybe that's a sign that I should just... yeah, I should leave here because we've gone off into the weeds. There. So that's not the right way. There's 2 health packs in that room. Not just 1, but 2. So it is the northern path then. It was either oh, no, I've never been here before. Oh. And none of them respawn anything. I guess I've never been here. Oh, wait. No, this is not the same. Yeah, this is definitely not the same area. Are you a friend? They're gonna tell us a story we've never seen before. They're running from the frog lads. One of them got caught. Ooh, next to their beheaded friends. And was imprisoned. But eventually broke free and wound up here, presumably. Yeah, I don't know if there's things you unlock by learning about these stories. Like if there's anything functional, like mechanically speaking, in the game that you learn about, that you unlock. But just learning more backstory is interesting. Okay, so it's not down and up. I guess you have to go up and around, I suppose. Oh, wait. Was there a north path? Oh, we can just jump up here. I'm a dumbass. I didn't notice that earlier. That's the deal. That's the deal maker. Just warp north. Ouch. There we go. Oh. Stop jumping away from me. Just let me hurt you with melee damage and or projectiles. Is that so much to ask? I was also hoping they would just willingly jump into that guy's explosion. Ouch. I'm dead. I should have just healed. I was counting. I saw I had 1 health left. I was like, let's get this one last hit. I got this. And then I didn't got this. Let's try that again. Rings of Power got renewed. To be honest, that is a little surprising. I've heard the second season is way better. I heard the first season made a lot of people very mad. I don't know the details. I just know that people were, oh god damn it, were very angry about that first season. But I've heard the second one was like a bajillion times better. I'm trying to thin their numbers before I go in on the kill. Oh, get out. Time to heal. It's gonna be Jover for these nerds once I unlock the thingy that lets me dodge through projectiles and not just run into them like an idiot, which I keep doing over and over again. I actually can't get to him. There's probably another thing I have to do. Oh, except yeah, I definitely can't shoot through there. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's a problem. Uh-oh, I think this might have soft locked. Maybe not soft lock, but I think we have to like reset. Let's just reset the room. Because I think I'm supposed to kill him to lower. There we go. Yeah, to lower the barriers. Is it because it had my? I mean, for some people, probably. Let's be real. That probably bothered some people, but I don't know. I've heard just from everyone that I at least know that has watched it. Like, yeah, there was just complaints about like the writing and about just I don't know. I don't know the details. I've not watched it. I just know that the first season made everybody under the sun angry. And part of it is probably maybe having unrealistic expectations. That's, I think, at least part of it. And yeah, like August pointed out, some people probably just got butt mad about presence of people that were not white in that show, and also lots of women, because, I mean, so, Lord of the Rings was great, and The Hobbit was, you know, is great and all, but kind of a sausage fest in a lot of ways. So I'm perfectly okay with, you know, introducing new characters and making some shit up, but I just know that, ooh, apparently season 1 of Rings of Power was rough. And apparently season 2 is, yeah, way better. Apparently, like, it's way better. Let's see what this leads to. I can't remember. I feel like I've been up here. I feel like I would have been up here. This seems like something I would have done. I can't go there. I can't do nothing here. Maybe I've been here and I just don't remember. That seems like something I would have wanted to explore if I'm... Yeah, lots of complaints going around for sure. It's an Amazon... Well, that's the thing too, it's an Amazon show, so... I would already have dubious expectations. My expectations would already be... Maybe not in the toilet, but certainly not that hopeful. So, I don't know. But for whatever reason, apparently the second one's way better. And that was probably why it got renewed. I'm sure that a lot more people probably watched the second season, hearing that there was just a general sense of improvement. Yeah. I do want to watch it for myself at some point. Just so I can have my own opinions on it. Because all I can do is just parrot what I've heard, which is doesn't really add much to the conversation, obviously. Not enough bearded dwarf women. I mean, yeah, that would more of that, please, please, and thank you. Is that wrong? If that's wrong, I don't want to be right. There's stuff I can get to in there. Yeah, I know you want me to go on this little platform, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that'll kind of take us off into the weeds. I might just go right to the boss. I mean, I do enjoy fucking around and maybe even finding out. I can't make that jump, by the way. Even if that's a thing I can reach, I can't make that shit. Can't do it, man. Can't do it. There was something bad with Gadriel. I'm such a fake Lord of the Rings fan. I can't remember who Gadriel is off the top of my head. Ooh. I'd have to cheat and look it up. I can't remember. I haven't watched the movies in many moons. Oh, another key. Oh, see, that's dangerous. Now I want to go for that one other area. It's dangerous. Yeah, it does not surprise me that some of the writing makes some like weird fucking decisions. That does not surprise me in the slightest. Oh, wrong button. They have a good track record. I mean, they do well commercially. I don't know. I know that there's a lot of people that watched the what's the one with the guy from The Office that everyone watched? I know it got like a lot of people saw it, but I don't really know anybody that had anything good to say about it. Jack Ryan, I think is the guy's name, or is the show's name rather. I think about like that kind of like that's the example. It's like, you know, very well produced and very high budget, but like not a lot of people had much good to say about it. The scores do pretty well. Well, that's good to know. That's good to know. I mean, I guess in all fairness, because I don't really watch a lot of TV just in general, I'm probably the the least engaged and the least able to weigh in as far as like, you know, what are the ones that have done well the past. Like, as far as like, was it Jack Reacher? Maybe that's what it was. It was the guy from The Office. And it's like some CSI, not CSI, kind of 24, reminiscent of 24 a little bit. And it was like fucking all over Amazon. It was kind of, over Amazon. It was kind of inescapable. Yeah, the CIA, exactly, CIA fella, exactly. Little blob fellas. Actually, I'd like to go for the projectile guys. Hoist. Ouch. Ouch. Another heal. I was so proud of myself. I was getting my heals back. There's a lot of mention of the negativity of like what the shows people didn't like. I mean, for a lot of folks, for a lot of us, I'm sure I'm guilty of this too. The negativity bias does kind of take hold. You know, that what we remember things that we disliked more vividly than the things that we liked, generally speaking, and we tend to focus more on hearing something bad about a show or a movie versus hearing about like a positive recommendation. And part of that is like I don't know if survival technique is the right word for it, but like the idea of being like, oh, I remember things to avoid it in the future so I don't waste my time with it or waste my money on it. Like I understand why that kind of bias happens, but yeah, it is very much a thing that a lot of people are guilty of, myself included. If I had that reflect projectiles thing, I would have not taken that hit just there. I'm definitely acknowledging how some of those upgrades would come in clutch. Yeah, that's a good... Yeah, maybe this is a good time to ask. Yeah, what are some other Amazon series that people have either liked or disliked? I know some people love The Marvelous Miss Maisel. Grace and I tried it. We just couldn't get into it. I think that's an Amazon one. I'm not saying it was bad. It was just like... it was just not really our thing. Like, we tried the first couple episodes and it was like... Man, everyone loves the show, but I just don't get it. But... again, same kind of thing there where it's like, it's not bad. It's just maybe not my cup of tea. Have a good night, Justin. But what if everything is just bad and my taste is correct? Correct opinions. I think I gotta go Yeah, that's what it was. It was I go this way. So it's a secret little hidden path that's very easy to miss. Don't criticize, consume, then get excited. Well, I mean, that's what, you know, the production companies would want you to do. It's not to overthink things. I mean, I'm all about, you know, constructive criticism and pointing out when something's just, you know, not your thing. Like, that's perfectly valid. I'm going the wrong way, God damn it. Yeah, I think we went this way last time. Yeah, so I'm gonna go back. I'm going off into the weeds. Smoke. Weed. Yep. Yep. So I want to get over there. Yeah, for some reason I thought I had to go to the side. There were a bunch of forgettable shows. I mean, there was a bunch of great shows in the 80s and a bunch of great shows in the 90s. But let's be real, there were way more that were made that none of us remember because they were forgettable. You know, there was a bunch of generic garbage for sure. There's a bunch of generic slop. Maybe I shouldn't say slop. Maybe that's a little bit mean. But like there was a bunch of like derivative stuff that we don't remember because it just wasn't as good or was just derivative without bringing anything new to the table. And of course there was the stuff that was ahead of its time and remarkable. But yeah, let's not kid ourselves. There was definitely garbage in the 80s and the 90s. You know, the supposed golden ages. Every golden age of any media has had stuff that, yeah, just didn't bring anything new to the table. Just sloppy grossness. The truth or the secret is to just not be wrong, like Ace said. Just choose not to be wrong. If you spent that much money, it shouldn't have been bad. I don't know, man. There's been a number of times in history where spending more money does not fix a problem or does not make a better product or a better service or a better anything. I mean, you know, think about the number of things Google has tried that crashed and burned, the number of Microsoft products that did not do well and underperformed and under everything. You know, there's so many easy things to point at and go, well, budget was not the issue here. It was very much the execution and putting the wrong people in charge and focusing on the wrong aspect and not reading the room. Like, there's so many ways where those things can go poorly and have gone poorly in the past, at least. Yeah, I mean, it would be nice if it didn't get to that point, but them's are the breaks, unfortunately. I can't get to that thing. But there's like something here I should be able to reach. Yeah, there was, yeah, exactly. The stuff built to last, yeah, versus the reality where, well, there's a lot of shit that did not last. I mean, it's impressive that, yeah, like you said, the survivorship bias, you know, it's impressive when we have something like that manages to stick around, but yeah, that is not always the case. I feel like I'm getting farther away. How do I get to that area? I feel like I should just warp back there. Weird, I've once again lost the plot here. Let's keep going this way. Maybe it'll kind of wrap itself back around. I'm almost positive I've been here before. And of course, it's nice we found a few more things we've kind of scooped up along the way. Things that I missed the first time around. Speaking of which, okay, no, I've been there before. We've been that way as well. A lot of the cartoons were kind of were lame or forgettable. I mean, you're probably not wrong, honestly. I mean, there's a lot of shows that I remember enjoying as a kid. Admittedly, and some of those shows I've gone back to watch. Some of them I have not gone back to watch. So, you know, I don't really know how some of them have aged. Some of them aged pretty well, but I'm sure there's probably a number of them that if I were to go back and watch them now, I would be like, not as good as I remembered it. Like, I have no doubt that's probably the case. It's like, I'm pretty sure this will eventually wrap back around, but I'm going really off the deep end here. You think it's that they just didn't give a shit about the source material? I mean, I guess it would depend. Yeah, I'm guessing you're probably referring to the Rings of Power situation there, because yeah, I mean, I don't know what it entails. I mean, I don't know. You would think that they wouldn't, people who legitimately just didn't give a shit about the source material. It wouldn't surprise me if there were instances where one person, you know, has sees this as a, like, oh, here's a direction this character could go that I think makes sense, that other people disagree with. I mean, you know, there's a lot of that is going to be subjective in any sort of creative field. So does it surprise me that, yeah, some people are or maybe not a big fan of certain writing decisions for Rings of Power? I mean, that's almost like a given. You take something like Lord of the Rings that has so many predetermined opinions and maybe not opinions, but like very intimate experiences. You know, a lot of passion, a lot of people that are into the movies and the books. Like, it, you know, making any sort of bold decisions is going to be controversial, and playing it safe is going to be boring. So, like, it's kind of a minefield. Like, who? I would almost look at the other way. Who would want to work on that show? Because you're going to make people mad no matter what you do. So, I don't know if I see it quite as a, like, people didn't give a shit or didn't care about the source material. I see it more as a, like, people probably do care. Again, I mean, you've seen the series, I haven't, so, you know, so I can only weigh on just the or like just like in a generic sense, just, you know, and like hypotheticals here, but I got to spruce past him. But I imagine, for, you know, if you were to like get the people that worked on the show into a room and ask them, like, yeah, why'd you do this certain character decision? Also, that actually hurts us, which is good to know. I imagine the reaction probably wouldn't be like, oh, I just didn't give a shit. It would probably be more along the lines of like, well, I had a bold idea, and it was a stretch, and some people liked it, some people didn't. Not saying it's good, obviously, but just that as being the fully charged. That's nice to know. Like, you know, trying to see how they would justify certain decisions. Diminishing returns from overproducing. Yeah. I mean, that very much is the case in lots of scenarios. You know, creative and otherwise. Oh my god, I'm getting tore up. Heal. There we go. Yeah, the idea of trying to pump more money into a problem. It's especially dangerous when something is floundering. Like, if something is struggling and management knows it, or, you know, whoever handles the money knows it, they go, okay, well, let's just throw more money at the problem or hire more people. If it that doesn't always necessarily improve the situation. Like, if something's off on a bad start. Yeah, it's like more money does not correct a poorly conceived idea or a poorly managed team or that kind of thing. All that. All right, so we got to this thing, which we of course have already gotten. I appreciate the map. Part of me wishes it was maybe a little bit more detailed, because it's like, damn, I'm like having a hard time remembering how to get to certain areas. Also, that is blocked off. Oh, but it wraps back around. Let's go down then. Maybe that's the key. Or up. Go up. Yeah. Yeah, and Ace is getting at something that I was also kind of inherently getting at. Oh, I'm back up here. Shit. That's not where I wanted to go. I'm getting farther away from where I wanted to go. Man, I really want to get to that area so I can try to reach that thing again. It would probably be maybe faster to warp back. Wish I could remember how to get back to that area. But yeah, like, the kind of thing Ace is describing is very much a measured thing with software development. And video games are, of course, a big software development thing. There's books about that kind of thing. There's the, what is it? The Mythical Man Month, I think, is the big one that is described a lot in college. Where there's like a hypothetical amount of things that a person can accomplish in a month. That a single man, a single, you know, it's kind of it's a gendered term, obviously. But it's that a single person, a single developer can accomplish in a month. And, you know, with some variables, you know, with a well-organized team, with good management, that kind of thing. And sometimes there's, like, upper management that gets the wrong idea, and they think, oh, well, what if we just hire more people? More people means, you know, more work getting done, right? So let's just throw more people at a problem, and that's not always how it goes. It's like throwing more people, hiring, bringing on more higher budget something or another's, you know, more people, more resources does not always do the trick. So let's try going this way. I think that's what I tried last time. Put that in. So I need to go, but I already tried going south. I'm embarrassed at my inability to navigate. That's a dead end. Is it going in here? Maybe I already tried this. Oh, maybe I didn't go here. Shit. Just ran right into the damage. Duke Nukem. Oh god, Duke Nukem was a mess in a lot of ways. I mean, what you're describing is very much correct, Ace. Ouch. But there's also, you know, the fact that it changed hands a bunch of times. Like a lot of companies developed for that game. So there was like all this like start stop, and then, you know, another team is given the keys to the kingdom, and they go, oh, look at all this half-made stuff. Let's just scrap it and start over, and because you know, a fresh start is always nicer, obviously, because maybe the code they inherited wasn't well documented. Maybe it was, like you said, an outdated engine. Let's do our own engine. Like, it's so easy for that to just cause multiple competing forces of getting lost in the weeds. Speaking of getting lost in the weeds, I still can't fucking figure out how to get to that area. God damn it, I've been there before. Shit. If nothing else, I can probably try to get that one. It's getting pretty late. I really can't go much later. If nothing else, I'll try to get this one, because I know how to get down to that one, but life me, I can't fucking remember how to get to that northeastern area. I saw it once, I was at the door, and I said, let's warp back to town. I can get back here easily. Because I thought I had found a warp, but according to the map, I've only ever found one warp. Because you can't warp to those things. As I might, yeah. So, I gotta figure out how to get back to that area. So that's a little bit unfortunate. It's not necessarily a knock against the game. It's very much like more likely a knock against my shitty navigation skills. But knowing my lack of navigation skills, I was like, well, I can just warp back. So I wasn't really considering it. The tricky thing, too, is that, yeah, the map doesn't really necessarily reflect where you are specifically. Because obviously I'm not standing on the warp. It's more like where you are on the screen, or how many screen transitions you've had. Alright, so... Oh, I guess it's not... Oh, no, it is here. Okay. So it's somewhere down here. Okay. Wait a second. Oh, this was like from the beginning. So I couldn't shoot those guys if I wanted to. This is not at all what I was thinking it would be. So apparently yeah, wherever it is, it's like right underneath me. Actually, if it's down here, I probably didn't try to do this jump. A series of jumps. I did not. Aha. So complete the crystal. So it completes it. Oh, our guy. Are we passing out? Oh, no, we're... Oh, my. We got fucking splattered. Oh, Jesus. Crazy loud. Oh, my God. This is unexpected. What if the game just closed? What if the game just fucking closed itself right then and there? Let it be known. The game volume is still set to 10%. The game volume is set as low as it could possibly be without being muted. And that was still blisteringly loud. Jesus. So we completed a crystal, but had this terrible vision. Terrible vision. So maybe we shouldn't be constructing these crystals. Maybe it's gonna usher forth something terrible. The good news is we found that little thingy. But I'm trying to get to the other area. That's what I'm trying to do. They are cool. They are cool. I just wish they weren't loud. Oh, you mean the crystals are neat? The crystals are neat. They're shiny, and that's good enough. It must be something this way. I got discouraged when I started going south. Actually, no, hold on. No, I think that was a... Yeah, you jumped down from that area. Maybe we just go all the way up north? We've been here what feels like an umpteen... Yeah, so it's like... Oh, you get... Okay, good to know. Good to know. Let's just go south, because I feel like I've already tried every permutation of going north. I feel like this dead ends, though. Maybe not. Maybe there was something else I missed last time. Heal up. There's a metric on how long you can spend developing a game before cost exceeds quality, due to being outpaced by advancements. I mean, I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that. Yeah, that's a thing that's attempted to be measured. Of course, the problem is, you know, the best laid plans, right? Because I don't know how universal that is and how well it's respected. Because if it was really paid attention to, we probably wouldn't have had Starfield. Because Starfield's a really good example of, like, you know, spent so long making that game, and by the time the game comes out, everyone goes, well, the game it's fine. If this would have come out years earlier, we would have said it was really cool, but now it's just kind of lame. Or maybe not lame, but just unimpressive. And to me, that's like a really unfortunate example of, you know, a lot of time and resources just were pumped into that game, and when it comes out, everyone goes, yeah, it's fine, but it already feels a little bit behind because it's you know, it's late to the party. I think I was already here earlier. I think. Grab that healing. Oh shit. Yeah, so it's like if it's a, I don't know if it's an industry standard if people aren't really adhering to it. Writing was kind of boring. Yeah, I've heard the writing is boring and like the worlds are kind of formulaic. Start to feel a little bit samesies. Like, it's not a bad game. It's just hard to get excited about any of it. Ouch. Aw, but I could damage past that. And sometimes they take a while to charge up the next shot. Other times they are ready to roll. Sometimes it's like... Man, I'm getting my ass kicked here. Sometimes you have like a little bit of time to plan your next move. Other times it's like, oh, you gotta get right to it. Hop right to it. That's kind of how Bethesda's been trending. Yeah. And I'm hoping that they are acknowledging that, because it's unfortunate that it's been such a predictable thing basically since New Vegas. It seems like New Vegas was the last Bethesda game where people were saying like, yes, this game is very good. And there's like, I think I should just not go for more than 2 hits, by the way. Like, that was 1 hit. And he went right for me. Yeah, so I should just do 2 hits and then back off, because I could usually get 3 for a bit there, but too much. Oh, shit. Yep. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck, he blocked my shot. That's okay, that's okay. I can't be Madge. But yeah, it seems like that was the last Bethesda, at least published game that... Of course, they weren't the developer. That's the thing too. They weren't the developer for it, but they at least published it. So they obviously had a hand in its creation. Not the developer. But I guess Fallout 3 though was developed by Bethesda at least. So like, you know, they at least get credit for that one being like a pretty good one. I know a lot of people will say Fallout 3 is not as good as New Vegas, but my understanding is that it's still a good game. I don't really know of anybody that says that it's, you know, bad necessarily, just not as good as New Vegas. Oh right, that's 2 damage, right. Right. But I don't know. I mean, their games sell, so I guess that's enough for them. But it'd be nice if like there could be some recognition of being like, man, we used to be like the premier game developer company, and now like, you know, we have this very unsavory reputation that we'd like to get away from. I notice if you dodge into that lunge attack, you'll get knocked down, but you'll get up again because they never got to keep you down. But really, yeah, it's like you get knocked down, but you don't take damage. It just kind of stuns you a little bit. Ouch. Right down. We have a few more big boys, I think, or maybe just one. Maybe just one more big boy. One more big boy. There we go. They wrote Avowed. Yeah, Avowed does look really cool. I'm very much with you. Avowed looks sweet. I didn't realize it was Obsidian. Because if it's Obsidian, I'm even more interested. They seem like a very capable developer. Yeah, really good track. Yeah, absolutely really good track record. Oh, they did Alpha Protocol? I didn't realize they did Alpha Protocol. I've heard it's just okay. I've heard that one's just okay, but yeah, when I think of Obsidian, I generally think pretty darn good quality. I keep getting further away. I don't know how to get to this part of the map again, man. I'm fucking hopeless. Let's do this. Let's warp back. I feel like such a dumbass. There's clearly something I've just missed. There's like one little stray path that I've missed. I guess like if nothing else in my off stream hours, I could just look up a walkthrough and be like, or even just rewatch my old my VOD. Be like, how did I get to that part of the map? And I got there multiple times. And it's like you look at it, it's like, yeah, there's visibly areas on the map that I should be able to hop to. Right, okay, right. You can't look at my map and fight these guys at the same time. Oh god, alright. It's getting late. I should just wrap it up. It's a shame I can't figure out how to get to back to that same part of the map. Like I've been trying for like an hour. And it's, again, I think it's my own ineptitude. I think I'm just bad at navigating in video games. I have nothing. The secret, if I had to guess, probably is just straight up going underground. That's probably the answer. Just, you know, looking at the underground pathing. As I do remember this little area. Just can't remember how to get to it. That's okay. We'll do that next time. It's getting late. We gotta wrap it up. Yeah, that's fine. Quit your title.